right. All right. Welcome on in, everybody. What do we got there, Eric?
We're ready, man.
What are you getting ready for? More bombs dropping on the Giants' head?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
I
think
like
it's
it.
going to be coming. I think it's
All
coming.
right. Welcome to Hot Corner, where I'm wearing a baseball cap, and we have our military guru up there in the top corner, adjacent to me, wearing a bunker hat, looking like for more shells to drop on the Giants.
I'm ready, man.
He's ready for shell. Oh, I know what he's ready to take some heat from the three of us. You're going to be happy to hear this tonight, guys. Hot Corner. Eric's ready. He's the lone homer left in the room, and we're going to get right to it.
Woo!
Welcome to Hot Corner, where Giants Sports Talk Live and NorCal Sports Network join together every Sunday night at 8 p.m. to bring you Giants baseball. All right, here we go. Guys, and give a shout out. I always forget it. I'll give a shout out to my sponsor real quick, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in California. You got an injury situation, personal injury situation, make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call. Call's free, consultations free. What are you waiting for? 415-613-9483. Chapman Law Group. They also handle every other legal needs that you might have. So give them a call. Take care of all your legal needs in one stop. All right, there we go. Business is out of the way. Guys, a sweep, 5 losses in a row. They lose with their 2 top pitchers, Webb and Ray. So who's going to stop the bleeding? Is it going to be Asslander?
Huh. I hope it's not. That's game 3, man.
Yeah. Birdsong, doubtful. Roop, maybe.
Second game, yeah. Wisenhunt, Roop, and Verlander.
Oh, Wisenhunt got called up here today? I missed.
Should I say Wisenhunt? Oh, my God. You see? Already. Birdsong, Roop.
Oh, okay. Birdsong, Wisenhunt, whatever. Boy, is that really is a nice looking cap there, Eric?
Nice, ain't it? I'm telling you.
Hold on.
Got it in Normandy. Got it in Normandy, man.
All right, hold on. Let me go get my pistol.
Nice.
What would you like? You want a 9? You want to take a little 9?
Hey.
I got a 45 or a 357. Which one would you? I don't have my 45. I have a 357. I can blow that thing up with maybe.
Oh man! Hey, you got to have fun doing this, right?
Oh, hey! Before we forget, guys, those who are watching, 9:00 tonight, right around the 9:00 hour, we're going to do the drawing for the 4 free tickets. There's the wheel. Is your number going to come up between 1 and 100? Get 4 free tickets plus gift certificates to Tommy's and what was the other one, Lou? Capos. Plus quite a few other perks. So don't forget to be here. And you know what? Are we going to make them have to be present in the room to win? No, because they paid. They paid.
Yeah, they paid. Yeah.
They do. I think we should, if they are here, just let us know if it's August 8th or August 29th. Please do remember August 29th. It is a 3-day holiday, so don't say yes and then not use it. You know, we can't, I don't want to have to exchange it once it's done.
That makes sense.
Mark Graves, a member for 11 months. Like the way this team is going with the raffle tonight, the picture of margaritas is the highlight of the prize. You better take the August 8th game because don't wait till the 29th. They might be eliminated.
Yeah, no kidding, right? That's a possibility.
They won't be eliminated. They won't be eliminated. They will not be eliminated in August. In fact, I'll go so far as to say they won't be eliminated even before mid-September.
Go to distance, huh?
Well, mathematically.
Gotcha.
So, well, guys, don't all be so silent.
How about today? Well, today it sucked, right? It started off like, oh, what the hell's going on? And they wind up having 14 hits, scored 6 runs. Fortunately, pitching didn't come through. And look, Elliot Ramos didn't do Ray any favors. Should have caught that damn ball. Could have been a whole different type of ball game, right? If he catches that ball, we don't know where the hell the game would have gone. But it sure as hell didn't help. And it extended the game for freaking Ray. It was a long inning for him. And that kind of did him in. Once freaking Ramos flubbed that freaking fly ball, or I should say the line drive, it's how many more pitches that add on to Ray? Like 20? Something like that? He threw a lot of pitches in that inning. I can't remember which inning it was. I think it was the 4th, right? Something like that. So, you know, what are you going to do? If the Giants are going to have problems scoring runs, well, then guess what? You better freaking have your defense locked down. Same thing with your pitching. And look, and there's going to be times where your pitching just isn't there, and the lineup's going to have to pick them up. The lineup did its job. Seriously, if the Giants put up 6 runs on the board, more times than not, they're going to win the game, right? More times than not.
Yeah. So
what are you going to do? It's again, I hate using this damn terminology, but it's true. It's baseball. You just never know. Look at what happened. Let's talk about the series. The first series they had 11 hits, no runs. Yesterday they had 4 hits and 3 runs. Today they had 14 hits and 6 runs. So yes, the first or the bookend games, they hit the ball. Now, granted, they had no runs to show for it in the first game, but in this one, they had it. But unfortunately, they just couldn't hold on to the lead. And Lou, I think you're going to talk about it, talking about the shutdown inning, right?
I think it's important. Do you guys hear someone's replay in your ears?
No.
I don't know how it's on mine. I have nothing going. It's so weird. I'm hearing highlights. My fault. I think the big problem is, and I bring it up a lot, is, you know, if you look at today's lineup, Giants got off to the 1-0 start. We give it right back, you know, and that's not good. Then they basically come back to make it 3-2, another shutdown inning, and that was the inning where Ramos, of course, had a problem, which I think we got to talk about. You know, Ramos, he's been a problem in left field the whole year, and because he was so well offensively, we put up with it. But here it is again, another play. You know, I don't know what they could do. I don't know if they want to move him, but Ramos is becoming a problem in left field. And, you know, I think the big problem is the shutdown innings. We had Verlander, who was our number 3, basically, pitcher, our number 1, number 2. None of them got past the 5th inning. It's scary. And I think, you know, one of the things Glenn and Eric said is, you know, this pitching's been outstanding, but one of the things me and Dan said, it's only going to last for so long. We're seeing little cracks. And now that the starters aren't going past 5, you know, and we're not hitting, it's really, as I call it, like an anchor's been thrown and we're sinking fast. So, you know, I'll let you other talk, but that's just something I think it's pretty big. Yeah, 2.5, but you remember 2.5 wild card. It's not really how many games we're behind. It's how many teams we're going to have to jump. So I'll let Dan and Glenn talk a little bit.
Go ahead, Glenn. You haven't said a word.
What's to say, boys? We just got swept by the Toronto Blue Jays. Everybody, I'm tired. I'm tired of the excuses. Every day there's a different excuse. Heading into the All-Star break, it was, don't worry, I got texts here. I got receipts. It's the All-Star break. They're going to get a little break. We're going to come back. We'll be okay. We're not okay. We haven't been okay for 3 months. We're going backwards. And you can make all the excuses you want, but I agree with you guys. The pitching is in a bit of a decline now. And I said to Eric many a time on our show, if you don't get the pitching, I mean, you're asking a lot. You're asking for your pitchers to come out, and they cannot have if they have a bad day at all, you lose. And we're seeing that quite often. They have a good day, and we're finding ways to lose. I said to you guys in the green room, and I stand by it, we're the Colorado Rockies with a good pitching staff. Eric said we got to have pitching and defense. We got to have pitching and defense to win. Well, first of all, we don't have the hitting, so that it is what it is. We don't even have the defense. The catcher, he's playing terrible. right field or left field. Ramos, I said it Friday night. I may have even said it to you, Eric. I don't know if I said it at all last night, but in the last 48 hours, I said to Eric, I go, Ramos is woeful playing defensively. And boy, he made me look like a genius today. What is he doing out there? It's bad enough he doesn't jump with the ball. He makes bad routes. I've seen it far too often live and in person over at Oracle. Is he putting on too much weight? He can't bend down to pick up the ball. I've seen it far too often. So that's why I said this is the Colorado Rockies. We are the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago White Sox of the world with a good pitching staff. We can't hit. When we do hit, hey, everybody was saying that Patrick Bailey's back. Oh, my God. He had the inside the park home run. Bailey's back. Oh, my God. They were ready to erect a statue outside the ballpark for the guy. You can't go by one game. If we get 12 hits and we get beat, we get beat. I'm tired of and Verlander. Don't get me going on Verlander because I keep telling Eric at the end of the year, if you fall short by a game, I'll go, wouldn't it have been nice if Verlander had a 1-1 for the Gipper? That one game would have helped us. 2 games, we'd be in the postseason. And I think this is slowly going to slip away. Slowly slipping away. Right before our eyes.
Slipping away.
You got anything, Dan?
Slip sliding away. There you go.
Let's ask you, how about, you think Verlander starts in Atlanta, or do you think he's done? Or you think
Eric, you got a mic problem. You guys have I can hardly hear Eric.
Yeah, you're
Hardly hear Eric too.
Yeah, Eric, you're kind of in the.
He's like monotone. He's not in stereo.
You might have unhooked it to the StreamYard there. I would say this, guys, that the Giants been saying this for better part of 2 months. They needed started pitching. Everybody said their starting pitching's great. I said it's not going to last. Told you guys they're very lucky. The Giants have not had an injury to a starting pitcher. Robbie Ray, Logan Webb, Roop have not missed anything. Verlander, that was no loss. But they haven't had an injury to their starting staff. Look at the LA Dodgers. As bad as they've been playing, the Dodgers have lost 10 of 12. They've won 2 games in their last 12. I wonder who they won those 2 games against. But the Dodgers have won 2 games in their last 12 games. And they still have a commanding lead over the Giants, 6 games. They haven't got going. The Dodgers have had, and believe me, I'm not defending the Dodgers. I'm making a point here. I can't stand the Dodgers. But they've had 14 players or pitchers, not players, pitchers go on their IL. Imagine if the Giants had 14 of their pitchers go on the IL and you lost Webb or Ray because they've lost Snell the whole season. How would you think the Giants would be?
Well, we know what we'd be doing at the trade deadline, wouldn't we? We'd already know.
Yeah. Glenn mentioned the Rockies. The Giants, with 14 pitchers on the IL, would have a record pretty close to the Rockies. Because if you can't score and you couldn't pitch, you'd be up a creek without a paddle. So I'm just here to tell you that the Giants are in a situation that is I'll say this, guys, and I've been saying this probably louder than anybody since NorCal Sports Network started. Pick a darn lane and get in it and keep that lane, get that car tuned up to drive in that lane for a long time. Because you know where the Giants have been driving? Right in the middle, just happy, right down the middle. Can't get in that left lane for a day or two. They're going too fast. Let me get back in the middle lane. Okay, let's see. We're going to go over the we're going to get in the slow lane. We're a little better than this. We can't go this slow. Let's get right back in the middle. That's the Giants. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't care about Buster Posey. Some of you guys have heard of, I don't want to get into politics. Some of you have TDS. Some of you have BDS, okay? Buster Derangement Syndrome, okay? I'm just going to say it. Buster Derangement Syndrome. He doesn't do cartwheels on the red carpet. He's not Magic Man. It's not easy to do what he's doing. And everybody thinks, oh, we'll just make trades. You know, you got 15 and 20 other teams. You're going to be competing for the same guys. And you think the Giants are going to get all these guys you want? Oh, we want Ryan O'Hearn. We want Basalo. We want name it. Every guy you think the Giants have enough to get those guys?
We may get no one.
Wait. Let me say that again. You think the Giants have enough to get those guys with their farm system?
The audience is in full form tonight.
You want to have the only way you can get a star is to give up Eldridge, and you'd be committing, unless you're really going to go for it this year and get top players and really make a run for it. But I say this, Giants could go out there and make trades and get a couple of guys, get a starter, get a hitter, and I still think they fall short. And if they get in the playoffs, somehow they're not going to have enough hitting to beat the number. Look, they can't beat number 4s and 5s. They can't score runs off of guys that are just nobodies. How are they going to score off of a Zach Wheeler or a Blake Snell, whoever they face in the playoffs? They're not. And so this team, when I say pick a lane, I mean, I'm ready. As far as I'm concerned, where's my phone here? My phone's right here. I'm Buster. My phone line's open. I don't care who you want to talk about. They're all available. Every one on this team is available for the right price. I'd like to keep Devers because I think you finally got a hitter. But if you give me another star player for Devers and, I like the package. I think this thing needs completely rebuilt. I think it needs 6 or 7 really sharp hitters. We watched the Blue Jays this week. Hit. Giants need some guys that hit. Look, that Barger guy in right field, everybody goes, who's Barger? Well, he's pretty good. Better than any outfielder we got.
Well, don't you agree, Dan? After watching the Blue Jays this weekend and off and on with Eric, I talk about Tampa Bay because for some reason, they have won my heart. Watching Tampa Bay, exciting, fairly young team. And most guys can't name the starting lineup for Tampa Bay, but they're winning. They're playing good, playing decent baseball. I'm tired of the San Francisco Giants continuing. I mean, we went out and got Chapman. And I said to Eric the other day, look at what they've got to build around guys. Your future is carved in stone in some passes. You've got Chapman, Adames, Devers. All of a sudden, you're filling out this lineup with guys who can be here for a long time, quite possibly. And I've seen it in hockey far too often. Let's build our team around the names. Don't build it around the names. Let's build this team around contact hitters and some speed for a change, especially at Oracle Park. I think they're missing the boat. Why it's taken like 2 decades and they can't go out and find me somebody with speed, a speedster, a leadoff hitter. I have no idea. I think I agree, Dan, get in a lane, but figure out what you're doing first before you get in that lane. I don't think they have a clue. And you said about, ever trade for anybody? I think they would do that. Oh, that sounds great. We want him. You got to have a direction, not just go out and haphazardly make trades. And I said to Eric last night, come trade deadline in a couple of weeks, boys. The trade deadline coming up, you either go all in and do it right, go big, or build for the future and maybe not do it at all. Don't go and get me somebody. Who was it, Eric? Did they throw they threw out the name last night, Mark Hanna? I said, we have a team full of Mark Hannas right now. Mark Hanna trades don't get the deal done for me. We got to go all in. That's why I think you got to worry about the future with this organization. Because I don't care who you pick up at the trade deadline. We're not winning the goddamn World Series this year.
Yeah, and Aaron,
people got to resort to the fact let's go make trades and we're going to win we're going all in. Going all in what? A couple of games? We're not going to win the World Series. And if you bet on them to win the World Series, you're not going to. Hey, you patsy for giving away money, I guess, because you're not.
Thanks for the donation.
Yeah. I donated $5 as a joke on my show. I wasn't going to do 10, but Yeah, Rob.
I had
Rob,
a text. Here's one, Dan. Dan, I had a text. Well, I had a text to you from you today. We won't talk about that. But I had a text today from somebody who, you know what, their excuses. Their excuse today was we got beat by the Toronto Blue Jays. But they're the hottest team in the American League. They're first in the American League, Eastern Division, and blah, 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 blah. And a lengthy time. I mean, when you get the text, boys, that you got to scroll, I go, oh, Jesus, I don't need this. You got to scroll. The text is so long. But then when I asked them, well, a couple of weeks ago, you got swept by Miami. They didn't respond to that. So you can't beat the good teams, you can't beat the bad teams. Like, where are these wins going to miraculously come from? And we got a tough stretch coming up. We're going into Atlanta. We got a couple of series coming up against Pittsburgh. You better not play like you played against Miami in those series. The seasons, you could be out of this before. I'm telling you, they're slip sliding away, and this could be over before it even gets started in the second half.
Yeah. Rob, I see your new super chat. We'll get to that with the Sharks. It's exactly what I was going to say 5 minutes ago. But first chat, I think it's time to find a taker for Yaz. Good luck. And if you can't find any, you DFA him. Time to give Grant McCray the rest of the season audition. Okay. And then Rob comes in with a couple more. Time to embrace the bullpen every fifth day. No, we don't want that. We don't want that again. We don't want those openers, Rob. And then he says Giants need to follow the Sharks roadmap. That I agree with. Celebrini, Smith, and Misa are bringing a bright future there. Absolutely. That is the way to go. But the Sharks have also had the number 1 or 2 draft pick for a while. The Giants, unfortunately, because they love to live in the middle lane, are going to be picking anywhere from 13 to 17 for the foreseeable future, because that's just what the Giants do. I'll say this about Buster Posey, guys. I'm a big Buster Posey fan. I support him. You know, look, my dog for 8 years is named Buster. But he has the potential to take the franchise in a new direction going north or south, because somebody said it. I think it was Aaron, that comment about the Giants have too many big contracts they're committed to. Look, guys, this can blow up in their face. It blows up in a lot of teams' faces when you get too many contracts with aging players and then you can't trade them. And then it's like, oh, well, crap, we got so much money, we can't afford to sign new players. So we'll just have to ride their contracts out. You got Adames for 6 more years. You got Chapman for 5 more years. You got Lee for 4 more years. Look, if these guys don't produce, and they are not producing, look at their batting averages. They are not producing. Chapman had a good day today. Willie had a good day yesterday. Willie's coming around. You know, if you look at his numbers on the season, he's got like an OPS of around 700. But this is a crew that can get old very quick. We already saw this a few years ago with Longoria and Belt and Posey and Crawford. And I mean, they're doing the same stinking thing again. If you think about it, they have never tried to just rebuild this thing and do it the right way. And they haven't done it the right way the other way too. Look, if you're going to spend money to try and have a competitive team, you put in money. You said you put in $700,000 to Ohtani, or $700 million. Why wouldn't you just go 1.2 million or billion? Why would you go 700 million? Why not just take it to $1 billion or 1.2 billion? You got the money. You would have made up so much money. Can you imagine Ohtani hitting balls into the stinking
Cove
bay, into the Cove, and all the advertising and just everything that's happening in LA? He would be so much more revered up here because he'd be the guy, and then people would be wanting to play with him. But the Giants, I've heard a saying before. I think it's I'm not a drinking guy or an alcoholic, but I've heard alcoholic friends tell me half measures availed or something like that. Avail us nothing. That is the Giants. Been under Farhan, it was half measures. I don't know if it's the ownership, but either spend $275 million and go over the luxury tax, $300 million, or just redo the whole thing, because living in the middle is going to get you shows like this where we just talk ad nauseum out of our rear ends and say the Giants are spinning wheels.
And I think if they make the postseason, you're really living in the middle as it is, because Alex Martinez is in there. He says, once you're in a playoff, you could go a long ways. And that, while it's true, and we've seen that, I think Major League Baseball is in a way ruining the game. And I enjoy, Eric and I certainly did enjoy watching the highlights last year down the stretch. One of my favorite things to do with Eric, I'm like, bring up that scoreboard and let's see that playoff race to get in with the wild card was exciting. But while it's exciting in the regular season, you're getting teams that are making the playoffs that it's so watered down that it's not quality baseball. The better the teams in the postseason, that's it. The best teams play. But when you got teams in there, you can get teams in there with losing records making the postseason at this point. And it, in my opinion, it's ruining the game. And it's setting up a false reality for the fans, for the fan base of teams like the Giants who are, we just get in. You know, I'd rather not get in, but have a legitimate shot, build it right, and have a legitimate shot for multi-years to come than play for one season and think and live in this false reality that we're going to win a World Series this year.
Yeah. Hey, a couple guys make this point. Aaron and Mark say getting embarrassed. You know how you do something like that? I've been in sales my whole life. You have Ohtani and his agent, and you're sitting down with him and say, look, this is under wraps here. If we offer you $500,000 more than the nearest competitor, will you sign with us? And if they say no, then you say, then you don't make the offer. But if they say, yeah, we will. Okay, what's the offer? Well, we've got 700. Let me see it. All right. Are you ready to sign right now? If we put the contract, we'll put a deal right in front of you. Will you sign it? If they get a commitment, do it. If not, then you save face. You never made them official offer. That's how you do it. You don't jack around. You don't get jacked around at the bargaining table. You take control. You learn how to negotiate. That's the problem. Farhan didn't know how to negotiate. And I'm not really so sure Buster knows how to negotiate yet. He'll learn, but he's not. You could tell Buster's not in sales. And he went and gave Chapman a 6-year deal with a no trade clause. And, Chapman is no superstar, but you're paying him like a superstar. He is not even an all-star. He's been an all-star once in his 9-year career. He's a great third baseman. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best to ever do it. But he normally does not come through with clutch hitting. He had a 2-run homer today, which was great. They were down 7-2. It sparked a little bit of a rally. But most of his hits or RBIs or home runs, they're garbage time stats, what I call them. They're either when they're way up big or when they're way down big. He did it early in the year. He did a walk-off homer. First time I've ever seen him do anything like that in the 2 years he's been here.
Hey, Dan, I've never even asked Eric this, but I'll ask all three of you. Something we haven't talked about, at least on our channel, or I don't think the hot corner at all. When you look at, you mentioned star player and star money. When you look back, do you think spending all of that money on Willy Adames was the right move? Do you think you're getting your money's, and let's say even if he had a much better year, a decent year, that's a lot of money for a guy that you can't call a superstar. I thought they spent superstar money at shortstop on a guy who's not a superstar. I think it was mismanagement.
Glenn, I am going to agree with you there. I was watching the Brewers.
Can you say that again, Dan? What was that?
I said, I'm going to agree with you there.
That's not what I heard.
the Brewers and the Dodgers. I was watching the game today there, and the kid at shortstop for the Brewers, a guy by the name of Ortiz, not hitting much well, but he's a great defender. He dove in the hole. Joey Ortiz made a couple of great plays. The Brewers they play a brand of baseball where it's relentless on the base paths. They just run, and they play really good defense. They're athletic, and they just know how to play the game. They put pressure on the opposing team. Did I hear a stat that said the Giants only have 23 stolen bases on the season? Is that correct?
No. I don't think that was what Luis Robert has on the season.
Oh, I'm curious what the Giants have. I'm going to look it up. Just
well, between Tampa and Milwaukee Brewers, both of those teams, and I watched a little bit of that series this weekend with LA and Milwaukee. Those teams are. If you looked at the Tampa Bay lineup, I think every player on the team is going to steal 20 plus bases. And once a pitcher uses that second, whatever you call it, throw over to first base, you're screwed. The next pitch, boom. I think Milwaukee's doing the same thing. Try to keep him close. Well, you screwed yourself because he's going the next pitch, and you ain't stopping him. They're running wild in the base paths, and I still that's one thing that it pisses me off because the Giants. I said it earlier. The Giants will not, for whatever reason, they don't believe in speed. Speed 51 doesn't kill your team; it kills the competition. Speed kills. But meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, they're arguably, I don't know, Eric, maybe you know, they're the worst or one of the top, like they're the bottom 3 in home runs this year. They got like 80 home runs. They can't hit the long ball and they have no speed. What guys, tell me. I watched my first Giants game today. What did I see on there? We saw some hits. What kind of team is this? Because they're not home run hitters and they're not speedsters. And they're not exactly base hit guys. What are they? What lane? What lane are they in? What are they? Can you answer that?
Nope.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't answer that. But this is important here. I can't believe it. When did this
Brett
happen?
Butler. Bring Brett Butler back. Jeez.
When did this happen? Overnight?
Yeah, this happened. Yeah, this is coming. They're going to go to Coca-Cola.
Already? Or has it switched?
Close.
Been made?
I don't think it's been made yet. I just had a hot dog and a Pepsi.
I better go get my hot dog and Pepsi tomorrow then.
You better.
I got to make a Costco run tomorrow. So,
man, I tell you, nothing's better than $1.50
now. Coca-Cola.
That's how bad our show is going. We're concerned about Pepsi and Coca-Cola at Costco.
I know, right?
Lord.
Well, I tell you what. I mean, let's. What do you think,
Eric? You haven't spoken because I'm going to do about a 2-minute thing, but I want to hear you since you were nice enough to let us talk a little bit because you're part of the show and I know how you are. Before you talk, because I know you're going to ramble and all three of us are going to go against you. I just want to bring up 2 things. One of the things that Glenn talked about, since the most dramatic homer probably in the last 5 years, regular season, the Giants have come across with that huge win to go 1-6. Problem. You go off a major high, now you're 1-6. Second of all, the big 2 things I see with the Giants is mentally we're making way too many mistakes. Okay, we talked about Ramos and left field. That's more mental and not knowing your position. And out there, he's like one of those kids that's 10 years old playing with 12-year-olds. He's scared. Okay. One of the things today that really pissed me off is Lee actually came through in the clutch. Right in that inning when we came all the way back to get 4 runs, but nobody talks about like a bonehead. He got thrown out at second to end the inning. If he stays at first and doesn't get thrown out, when the momentum, that was a huge Giant killer. Because what happens? The next inning, Toronto got that run back and it became a 2-run game instead of 1. So just a lot of mental errors. And then I'll just we talked about Milwaukee, how unbelievable they are. Do people forget? Was it 2.5 years ago? They traded the best bullpen stopper in the league in Hader. Stopped him. They traded him. They got 3 guys for him, right? Now, how are they doing? They're doing fine.
They also traded Devin Williams.
Yeah, they got rid of their best offensive hitter last year, and they got the third best record in baseball. So it tells you maybe it's not the players, it's the organization and the talent scouts of the organization. Because how can Milwaukee lose their best bullpen ace, one of their best pitchers? They just gave away their best offensive hitter, and they're up there. And their payroll is probably $70 million less than us.
And they traded Corbin Burns to Baltimore last year.
I mean, it's just amazing how all these teams, we talk about Tampa. I got Tampa to win the American League East and to win the American League. Why? Because every year, nobody knows how they do it, but every year they're always above 500. They're always competing probably till the last month. It's amazing how they do it, right? But I think we got to come back to the reality where I think a lot of us came up, hey, Buster's in charge. We're all excited. We realize, hey, it's going to take a couple years, but we were spoiled. He started off great. You know, everything was good. It's like a marriage. Everything's good. But now, instead of people, because I can't listen to KMBR anymore. I can't listen to the Giant games unless I listen to the radio because there's too many goddamn homers out there where they don't realize the Giants are stinking it up. They're falling down. They're not a playoff team where they still think we have hope. You know, I listened to Lasky today, and I tried to call, but he wouldn't let me on. And I text him. I go, Bill, stop being a fucking homer, dude. It's so hard to listen to you because all you think is, oh, we're only a player away. He's worse than Marty Lurie, which is almost impossible. And that's one reason why me and Marty, you know, we sort of clash heads because he's sort of old school. Oh, we'll get better. We'll get better. This is
come on, Lou. Marty's a friend of the show.
I don't care. This is the same stuff.
I care. It's my channel.
Same thing for 4 years. We're hearing the same thing. We are now excuse central. We don't have the talent. Our pitching maybe isn't as good as we thought they are, and we're fading. I'm a little pissed off here because I don't want October 4th for us golfing. I want us to be having a special show for the playoffs. This team is not a playoff team, guys. All right, Eric, you're all up.
Before
nice,
Eric, let me just make one thing that I'd like to point out. Lou said he said Lee should have stayed at first base. I disagree. The problem with Lee is he doesn't know how to slide. He was safe. The guy has to learn to take his hand and hold on to the bag. You see many players do it, but Lee has twice surgically repaired left shoulder, and I think he's too wimpy to grab the bag with that shoulder. Of afraid it's going to pop out on him.
Right.
So if you're not ready to play aggressive, if you're going to play aggressive baseball, play aggressive baseball. But come on, you can't go sliding past the bag. That's just, I put out a tweet today that said, I think he might be the worst slider in baseball. I've watched him slide at home, and when he needed a dive, he just does a little pop-up slide and gets thrown out by Conforto. I've watched him try and steal bases, and he slides, and he doesn't even come close to the bag. The guy doesn't know how to slide. I don't know what they do over there in Korea, or if he just thought he was too good, he didn't need the lessons, but the guy's pathetic when it comes to sliding.
Dan, I'm not concerned when they go. If they try to steal 5 bases and get thrown out 5 times, I'd rather them be aggressive. That's one thing. But be a man and not a pansy in this Major League Baseball level and get rid of the oven mitt. How are you going to stay on and get a grip on second base in a slide when you're in a big oven mitt? How are you latching onto the bag with a big oven mitt? That should be banned from base. That's not baseball, an oven mitt. Is it Aunt Jemima carrying that in her apron? Come on, they pull that out. What is it? I hate Eric and I got into it the other night, and I think we're both there's a lot of, we'll talk later if you want about the All-Star game. Some of the shit they're coming up with these days. Keep it simple, stupid. Baseball is baseball. Why they got oven mitts and, hey, the game's tied. Let's have a home run derby and all kinds of crap. And when you give them an inch, I said to Eric the other night, what has happened with all of the rules? Well, we're just doing it in the All-Star game. You give them an inch, they take a mile. Next year, it'll be, we're going to do it in the preseason. And then before you know it, that'll be the new, we're tied after 9 innings. Just keep it simple. But the oven mitt thing, I hate that.
Philip, I've been talking about that for a year. I got a lot of detractors, probably half the audience, half the people on this panel might disagree with me. I don't know. But if I can get a right young star player that's ready to play and he's proven himself at least a year in the big leagues, heck yeah, I'm moving Webb, because Webb you're not going to win with Webb. They're not winning with Webb. They're a 500 team with Webb. They've been a 500 team. So I'm ready to go in a direction where you have a lot of young talent and watch the young talent grow up together. And you see it happen. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Eric, because I know what he's going to talk about. And Tigers are a young team with talent. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm not going to go there. I think I've beaten that one in the dirt already. But okay, guys, Giants, right? They're ranked 3rd in ERA. Is that special? Is that something special going on with the pitching? Right? It's the last couple of games have been sketchy, and let's not forget they've been ranked number 3 in ERA, even with the likes of Verlander
and the likes before the All-Star break, or does that include the last 3 games? Okay,
I think I looked at it yesterday, and they were still 3rd in ERA. That's pretty damn good. And look at Hiroku, the guy that only shows up when the Giants lose. When they win, you don't see Hiroku, but when they lose, he likes to come in and like to make comments. Come on, Hiroku, you're better than that, Hiroku. I know you are. But anyways, they got some fantastic pitching, guys. And at this particular time, I'm not ready to necessarily put the team out of its misery. Not yet. Let's see what can happen. If they don't continue to hit, well, then it's a totally different conversation. They got to be able to hit. And look, and I'm not asking them to hit like above their heads. I'm asking them just to hit a little bit better. If you hit a little bit better, and then, you know what, maybe it's a whole different damn conversation. Unfortunately, in baseball, this happens. I talked about it. First game, you get 11 hits and no runs. That's hard to do. You know how difficult it is to get 11 hits and not score a damn run? That's pathetic. Today, Giants are 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. We bitch and complain about hits with runners in scoring position. Today, they got it done. Now, does that mean that's what they're going to do the rest of the way out? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you got to take it game to game and then see what happens. They're 4 games above 500, right? That's okay, right? You're doing okay. You want it to be better, and they did this before. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. At one time, they were it was a little bit longer than that. They were about 12 games above 500. Then they fell down to 5 games above 500. Then they went up to 9 games above 500. Now we've fallen down to about 4 games above 500. We just don't know. And look, we got 11 days to see what Buster Posey is going to decide to do. And what do you think? I don't know what Buster Posey is going to do. The guy has been pretty damn bold. Don't you agree? The guy is doing what he can to make this team better. He did not sign, or I should say, he didn't extend Chapman because he wants to suck. He didn't sign Adames because he wants to tank. He doesn't trade for Rafael Devers because he doesn't want the team to go anywhere. He's trying to make this team better, and that's fine. That's all I ask of him. And this is totally different. Look, I know we're a little bit jaded because of what's happened over the last few years with Farhan, because Farhan's been an absolute disaster. But this is a little bit different. Let's go back. 2012, the Giants at the end of July were 56-47. 56-47, 9 games above 500. And what did they go out and do? They went out there and they signed Pence, and they traded for Pence, and they traded for Scudero. And what happened? What happened? They went on a tear, man. So are the Giants quite to that level? No, not yet, but they could. We got another 9 games ahead of us. What are they going to do? No one knows until the games are played. We don't know what this team is going to do. We got a pretty good understanding with the hitting because the way it has been, but they can turn it around. Period. They can turn it around. And until I see any different, well, then, that we're going to have to make those hard decisions. Maybe Posey stands pat. Maybe he sells. Maybe he buys. But we got to think about this. I mean, do you want to squander such a magnificent pitching performance, the best bullpen in all of baseball? You got a rotation. Honestly, if you go out there and get a number 3 and a number 3 starting pitcher, and I know it's not going to be easy, you're talking about a totally different type of club here. And you go out there and you get another hitter. I know, is one hitter going to make a difference? I don't know, because the guys who are currently on the roster has to play. Right. And I think the key is all of them got to perform at the right time, because it always seems in the beginning of the year, who was it? It was Lee and Flores. killing the ball. They're the ones winning the games for freaking the Giants. Everyone else, nowhere to be found. Now, all of a sudden, Adamas picked it up. Before Adamas picked it up, Chapman was on a tear before he got hurt. So, and then they traded for Devers. So, I want to see what the Giants are going to do. Look, I don't think it's by any stretch of the imagination, is it a done season? Let's just see what happens. This is the beauty of the game of baseball. Yes, each day you guys are like, oh, shit. It's going to, when they're right, look, if the Giants swept the freaking Blue Jays, be a totally different, it'd be a totally different attitude in here. It would be, period. But because they got swept by a damn good team, it's like the sky is falling. Let's see what happens. And that's all I'm asking. Let's see what happens. And Dan, you talked about the Tigers. For those of you who didn't see it, last year, they were done. They sold. They got rid of Jack Flaherty, traded him to the Dodgers. They were all but done. And what did they do? They put 2 magical months together and was able to get into the wild card. And again, I'll preface this. Does it mean the Giants are going to do the same thing? No, I'm not. I'm just saying things can turn around. It's a possibility.
Eric, you and I have talked on our show about the hitting of the team, obviously. The pitching is a primary topic on a nightly basis. You love the pitching, so do I. So everybody should be proud of the pitching staff, especially, in my opinion, not just the start, the bullpen. But what you talked about, and you've heard me say it, Eric, you've heard me talk about it, that I stand pat. I'm just sticking to my guns until Buster or the team prove me wrong. Now, in a way, you and I are on the same page. I'm sticking firm because I say, until this team can prove to me they can hit, they can't hit, this is like a waste.
Oh, yeah,
You're
absolutely.
standing pat and saying, I think they can, I want to see what happens. I think they can do better.
I want to see what happens.
What makes you think that all of a sudden, okay, 5 months into the season, they're going to start hitting now? What is the turnaround going to be? What makes you think that they can turn this thing around?
I can't tell you that. I can't tell. The players are going to have to tell you that. And Mitchell Nett says 100 games into this, 100 games into this is what they are. They won't show. Oh, really? Did you go take a look at the Detroit Tigers last year at the end of July and see where they were? Go take a look and tell me if you thought the same thing. You probably would have. You probably would have thought they were 100 games in and they freaking suck. There's no chance that the Detroit Tigers can do anything. And guess what? They did do something. That's all I'm saying. It's baseball. There's 60 plus games left to go. Look, are we starting to get to the nitty gritty? Yeah, we're getting there. But you don't know what could happen. You just don't. And until, hey, as they say, it's not over until it's over. Come on, man. Let's not. I don't want to be premature in sitting here and going, you know what? The Giants freaking suck. They ain't going nowhere. I want to keep a little bit of optimism. And then once it gets to that point where it's a point of no return, well, then you go, okay, well, time to put a fork in them. It's the end of the season. And then you go from there and see what happens.
Eric, do you think the start of the season, again, I don't want to, it's a round table. I can throw it to any of you guys. Do you think it was not a bad thing, obviously, we want to win. Do you think that the first 10 days of the season gave everyone false hope in this team? Because if you take away the first road trip of the season, this is a 500. Or I think we might even be below 500. We're a below 500 team if you take away the first road trip.
I actually have that stat for you right here.
There you go. Great minds think alike. Do you think it was a false reality now that fans are living thinking that, oh, no, we can turn this thing around, we get hitting? And blah. Do you think that this team is better than people believe? The Robert Rothbergs who are still planning a parade down King.
You're looking at a sample size of 91 games right there, guys. They played 100 games. They got off to an 8-1 start. Since then, they've been 44 and 47. This is what they've been doing since 22. They're just and this is what mid teams do. This is what baseball teams do. Can they get hot and become like the Tigers of last year? It could happen. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. Like Eric said, it's baseball. I just look at the overall picture of the team and I say, okay, what's different about this team than last year? Well, you've got Adames, and you've got Devers, and you got a healthy Lee, who we're seeing is really not that special right now. Doesn't mean he can't figure it out in year two. I mean, this is like year one for him. I mean, come on, he only played 30 something games last year. So this is like his full rookie season. Going to be some growing pains. Maybe he figures it out in year 2, 3, or 4 of the contract, or 3 or 4 of the contract. This is year 2 of the contract. But, Adames has been awful until the last, 3-4 weeks. Just, he was atrocious the first 65, 70 games, right? I mean, he just didn't show up, non-existent. So what is different about this team? Well, you got a healthy Robbie Ray. You've got a little bit more pitching with Roop as a third starter. Last year, they only had 1. So they've got a little bit of improvement. And frankly, they've shown that their improvement is they're 4 games over 500. They're a little bit better than last year. Does that make them a team that to be reckoned with? Well, I hear what Eric's saying. You never know what can happen. You got Devers all of a sudden. What happens if you pull up some other really good player or two and the team? That can happen. That can happen. I remember 1987 season, the Giants were 53 and
yeah,
55.
you brought that one up before, and they went on a huge run.
Yeah, right? 53 and 55. They swept Cincinnati at home in a 4-game series. They never looked back, and they just took off. But why did they do that? It was because Al Rosen at the time, the general manager, made several acquisitions. Several. He got Rick Russell. He got Steve Bedrosian to become the closer. He got a couple of other everyday players. And I think that might have been the year he got Heidi Cruz. I can't remember. But it was like 5 guys. Okay. 5, 6 guys. And it was 25% of the roster turned over that Al Rosen did. And that's what it takes. Yeah. Kevin Mitchell. How can I forget Kevin Mitchell, 87, Dave Dravecki.
Mm-hmm.
It was and Craig Lefferts in a monster trade. Okay. So yes, that can happen. So if the Giants do something of that magnitude, I will change my tune. But right now, I've seen enough to tell me going forward, this team is not the caliber of the Mets, the Phillies, the Cubs, the Brewers. 2 of those are a wild card, 2 are a division winner. So what? 1 wild card left you're playing for. 1. And I don't think they're the caliber of the Padres. But if this is a year that you can sneak in, this is the year, because it's that third wild card team is not that great right now. Whoever it is, it's Padres, Reds,
Giants,
Cardinals are fading, Marlins. I don't know. It's not that great, right? Atlanta's down. So you have a team that looked like a shoe-in that is now looks like they're going to be sellers. So the Giants have the ability to sneak into that third wild card. But I want to see it.
I've been hanging around
right.
Lou.
Exactly. Want to see it.
Lou too much. I'm sour like Lou lately. God, Lou, you got me all sour. But I got a question, and I'm going to call them out right now. It is Sunday, July the 20th. We're just into the second half. And if things keep going the way I feel they will, where are all these guys in the chat going to be at the end of the year when we don't make the playoffs? What is the next excuse they pull out of their Christmas stocking? It'll be always an excuse. Well, if we had only just won that series, or this team is flawed, and unless we do something, get me some athletes too.
I'll guarantee you something, guys.
Too many teams, too many players on this team who need a tummy tuck. Give me some good young athletes.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about that. Who should we get rid of? Who should the Giants get rid of?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you one thing right now. If Yaz, come August 1st, if Yaz and Verlander are still on the roster, no chance Giants make the playoffs.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. They have to be gone.
No chance.
What's the point?
What are we playing
look,
Yaz for? The guy's almost 35.
He is the prototypical fourth outfielder. Defensive replacement. You got a lead going into the 8th inning. You bring in Yaz to freaking make sure no freaking balls get lost out there in right field. Period. That's it.
Hang on,
Giants
hang on. There shouldn't be a team made up of it's starting to become, I said it last night, said at the beginning of the show, this team is, it to me looks like it's becoming a team. Again, I mentioned Mark Hanna, who was popular in our chat last night for some reason. It is a team made up of bench players. When you're calling on, well, a right fielder, well, your right fielder every day is a bench player. Like, get me every day and stop with the freaking platooning. Why do they chase? Well, he is 2 points better against lefties, so we got to this playing. Eric,
I don't think they're doing. They're not doing.
You and I always predict. You and I always know the lineup. The night we look at the pitching style, there's the lineup. Mail it in. And even when you do, you got the same players, but who the hell knows where they're starting? I see Lee was back at leadoff again. Well, this is just a
no, Lee needs to lead off. Just put him up there and stick him at the leadoff position.
Well, then leave him there. He should have 6th.
Keep there.
I think 7th this week.
Yes, they got to keep him there.
This team, again, this team doesn't know which lane it's. They can't even put a lineup day to day together.
It changes.
Some days it looks like they picked it out of a hat.
But yeah, I 100% agree. Yaz needs to go and just might as well just play Matos unless you find a trade. Maybe you trade for an outfielder. Who knows? I don't know what they do.
Well,
and that's the thing.
They should. I mean, Yaz is a pretty good defender. Do you think maybe they should look at going with just Yaz and Lee in the outfield and go with 5 infielders? I mean,
why not? Why not?
I mean, anything hit the left field seemed to be
right.
Well, you already made the point tonight. Lee can't cover second, so I wouldn't move him in there.
Jeez, yeah.
Hey, keep it down over there. Some noise in the background here. Sorry, if you can hear that guy. The guys are bringing. It's getting close. The guys are bringing the big wheel in for the draw here, guys.
Oh, the draw's coming. Yes,
banging around over here.
Oh hell!
They're banging around here in the studio up by the Oracle. Keep it down, guys. Keep it down. Draw's coming. Just move it over there. We'll have the draw soon.
Nice.
Oh,
hey, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock.
Not officially. I haven't heard the bird. 2 more minutes. The bird is going to pop.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then we can continue. Oh boy, the moment we've been waiting for. Holy
Eric,
crap.
can you show the graph a little bit for a minute so people actually aren't going to say what number is 32? Who is it? Who is it? Can you just show the graph? The squares.
Hold on. Let me see where it's at. Did I update this one? Let me see. I think this was updated because I did it. Yeah, look at that.
I can't keep track of who's who anymore.
Look at that. There is
all filled in. Wow.
All filled in. Who is going to be the lucky winner, man? That's going to be fun. Whoever wins, man, it's going to be freaking awesome for them. No doubt about it.
Take me.
All right.
Yeah, I can see. I see Wilmer.
All right, guys. Let me know when you want me to spin this damn thing, and we'll get going. Should we do any music? Should we add music to this? No.
Well, remember, pick either August 8th. Here, it's again just for little reference. August 8th, Friday, August 8th against the Nationals, or August 29th against the Orioles. Remember the 29th, just so you guys remember, that's a 3-day holiday. So just want to make sure you're going to be in town.
I think before the draw, too, and I've always done this, it's very important to thank between 1 and 100, each and every name that's on that board, who's participated, who's, whether you bought 1 square, you bought 5. I don't care. Everybody who participated. Oh, I heard the birdie. Between 1 and 100, everybody who bought a square, it meant a lot. And the sponsors Lou was able to round up for this. They are all very important. The whole thing came together nicely. You guys rounded it out last week, selling all 100 of the blocks. So I think it worked out pretty good. And of course, couldn't go to a better cause, right?
Yeah, let me thank everybody. Thank you.
All 100. That's right.
Thank you.
All right. Are we ready?
And the Giants, because apparently the Giants, you get you get the on-field experience. You get your name on that board, whether you like it or not. So, Eric and I.
Hey, you know what? Let's do this while we got peak
interest.
tension. peak interest. Let's get to a couple of super chats and give them what they're just because
Yeah, go for it.
we didn't get them earlier.
Everybody in suspense.
Justin says, if you had to do it again, would you take Devers or an ace like Garrett Crochet? I'd take Devers. I'd take Devers. The Giants don't have to hitting.
I don't understand the slander against Devers. We'll talk about that here after we do the spin. I don't understand.
It's been 1 month, guys, and he's not 100%. It's been 1 month. He's not 100%. One thing I will say about Marty, I disagree. I love Marty, but he was ready to get rid of Rafael Devers today and said he
wanted to get rid of Ramos, Devers, Yaz, Verlander.
Yeah. Marty was feeling the YouTube.
Yeah, that was this afternoon, not early before the game, like when he does his shows.
That was after the game. He was
he was Skins
excited.
Will eat up out. What Skins will eat up out lineup next week? I'm not sure what Skins. Are we talking
maybe against Pittsburgh schemes? Do you think
Skins
will eat up our lineup?
Oh, okay.
Is he predicting a no-hitter before the first pitch? All right.
What trade assets do the Giants have if there are buyers? We're going to get into that, Fuji, after we spin because it's not a lot. Not a lot.
Hold on.
I can tell you that.
You agree or disagree? Devers is a bust.
No.
So far, he's a bust.
Hey, Mitchell, who would you rather have? Mookie Betts or Rafael Devers? Answer that question.
Who
would you rather have?
Younger Devers.
How about Mitchell? Who would you rather have? Mookie Betts or Rafael Devers? And then we could spin the wheel.
And then Hysan Kim has no issue sliding into bases. Anthony, just $1.99 just because. Thank you, Anthony. And another Anthony, but this time it's Anthony Millard. Melvin isn't even close to Hinch as a manager. Yeah. Hinch with the Tigers is been doing great.
Yeah,
so thank you for all those super chats. So we're ready to do the spin. Do we have a drum roll anywhere?
No, we don't.
Oh, we have.
Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Mookie Betts, Rafael Devers. Okay. So you want a more shitty player than Devers. Got it. On record. You guys rather have Mookie Betts. Okay. That's fine. You could have your Mookie Betts. I'll take Rafael Devers. At least this year.
I'll take Betts. I'll take Devers because he's 28 and he's signed for 8 more years.
Yes.
Where are you going to go find a hitter? Look, Devers is struggling a little bit right now, but he's not 100%. It's a whole change of scenery. Give him time to adjust. And, if this year doesn't pan out, you got him for 8 more years. And
look at this. People shitting on a guy who's got a 136 or OPS plus and an 839 OPS. Unbelievable, man. Come on, dude. All right, let's go have some fun.
Do we get a drum roll anywhere?
Anyone have a drum roll?
Oh, there we are. I'm hearing something.
What in the hell? That sounds like gunshots. I gotta get my helmet, man.
Is Glenn? Does he have a real drum there?
I don't know what that is, man. I have no idea.
There you go. Drum rolls.
All right, we're ready to go. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. Are we ready?
Enough.
Countdown. Who wants to count down?
3, 2, 1, go. Pick my number, please. I want to sit next to Wilmer.
Oh, looks like it's 83. Who is 83?
Oh, who took the threes the other night?
Oh, you know who it is? No way. Is it who I think it is? 83.
Marcus!
Marcus! Wins!
Oh,
way to go, Marcus!
He's the one that
he swooped in at the 11th hour.
He did. Way to go, Marcus. Marcus wins the tickets. Way to go, dude. Nice.
Good Lord. Oh, my gosh.
Look at that. Is Marcus even in here?
Oh, my goodness.
Marcus, he's usually around here somewhere. Way to go, dude. Nice.
83. I always like to spin again and see who would have won.
Oh,
Oh no, I ain't doing that. That's kind of messed up.
All right. I don't know, Marcus. I remember him doing it. So what we need from Marcus, I don't know if he's on our show or your show, Eric and Glenn.
I think he goes on
We
both.
need his email so we can actually send him the tickets.
Yeah,
They're
not a problem. We could
electronically,
get that.
and then we'll
We'll
figure out how to get the gift certificates. I showed you guys what the gift certificates look like, so we'll take care of it. Make sure. Also, what game does he want?
That might
we'll
take a
find
while.
out.
He's going to probably have to put that into a spread and then do some analytics on some things to make sure he picks the right game.
Oh man, that's funny. Way to go, Marcus. That's freaking cool.
Congratulations.
Good for him, man.
He is the winner. Was that the only square he had?
No, he had a bunch.
No, he bought.
Oh, he did.
He bought
Okay.
93, 83, 73, 63, 53, I think.
Eric, is that
was it
our
Marcus
Marcus?
that said he'll take
That's
all
our
the
Marcus.
threes?
Yeah, that's
He
our
was on our
Marcus.
show just the other night. He was wearing the Canadian tuxedo. He had the denim jacket on, and
He also had the
bottles
shirt
were
with.
falling all over his studio.
Is he local?
Yeah,
Is he
he's
local?
local.
Okay,
Yes.
good, good.
He came on after a game the other night. He was at the game, so he'll be excited, man.
Man, that's awesome.
Way to go, Marcus.
Way to go, Marcus.
I've always agreed with his takes, and I'm a good personal friend of Marcus. So, Marcus,
You might.
Hey, Glenn, getting something here.
yeah, I
A little
know.
something. Getting a little something there, buddy.
Oh, he's
There you
brown.
go.
He's trying to-
100% he is.
trying to get
Marcus and I are good friends. Marcus and I are buddies. I traded Marcus a big trade earlier this year. I mean, I gave him I gave him a lot. He owes me.
Yeah, you got skunked in that trade.
Oh, I love that trade.
I traded him Trey Turner.
I needed a closer. And I love that trade. I couldn't get that trade. I'm like, Eric, did you see the trade? Mr. Commissioner, pull the trigger. Just shut it down before he changes his mind. We were both bad. Shut up.
I think he got the better of that. Who'd you give up again?
Bellinger.
Who else?
Bellinger, and who didn't I give up a pitcher, Eric? I gave up a pitcher, and I had like 18 of them. Oh, I gave up what's his name? The Mets pitcher. The ghost
Senga?
form. Yeah.
Hold on.
And then Marcus turned around, traded Senga to Dilly.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, hold on. We could do it on here. Hold on. Where's it at?
And I got Torkelson. And obviously Torkelson was a big pickup because you wanted him today, Dan.
I just threw it out there.
I'm working on Torkelson to somebody else, but they're going to get a pitcher. They're going to get.
All right, there we go.
Anyway, let's move on. What happened to your pitching today? Last 2 days, Dan. Holy smoke!
I had a good pitching today. Joe Ryan got me 28 points.
Yeah, you're like the Giants. You got the pitching today. You know what your hitters got you? 4 points.
I think it was something like 6. It was
got-
not.
okay.
It wasn't a great
I had
hitting
you
day.
down for 4.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm
not worried either. It's you and I, neck and neck into the home stretch.
I have a feeling you're going to go down to about 8 or 9.
What, 9th place?
Yeah, 8
No,
or
not-
9.
Not a
You have no
chance.
pitch. You have no innings left.
I got like 10 innings left, and I got the 2 best closers in baseball. And I don't play them. I don't play them every day. I pick my spots.
Yeah, so you're getting 20. You're getting 15 to 20 points a game, while everybody else is getting
Everybody's-
30 to 50.
Everybody's messaging me they want my closers, so I'm in a prime position.
Yeah, because they know you're running out.
You messaged me for my closer today.
Yeah, because they're useless to you. You got 9 innings left. What are you going to do with them?
I just picked up a pitcher on Friday.
Pitch them. Run out of innings.
Oh, I'm on board. Don't worry,
Glenn.
Please.
Glenn, do the math.
See, an hour ago it was. I agree with Glenn, and now back to basics. There you go.
Look, do the simple math.
Oh man,
Do the simple math. You can't compete with 3 to 5 teams at least. Maybe
What?
7.
What?
They're gonna, as they keep coming up, if they average 60 over the next
It'll
62
be what it
games,
is.
if they
Dan,
average 20
Dan, I
points
don't-
more than you a game, that's
Oh my
1,200 points. You can't. It's impossible.
It's fantasy baseball. I'm still going to get up tomorrow, and I'm going to have my bowl of cereal, and I'm going to work tomorrow. And dude, I'm not going to throw you under the bus anymore, but at least you're not calling me at 4 a.m. for trades these days.
No, I haven't made it hardly any trades this year, only 4.
Jeez, you take it too serious, man.
It wasn't
No.
bad. You know why? I think it's because the way that it's set up, you don't really have to trade as much as you did.
See, Senior
previous-
even says it. Once they start, you're done. They are, you mathematically will have a limit to the points unless your offense does something that no other offense has done and scores 50 points every game.
Let me tell you something. The Detroit Tigers did it last year, damn it. Okay, Dan, so listen.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks, Lou. Thanks, Lou.
See, Lou knows. Lou knows the truth. 100%.
Hey, guys, while we're
knows?
talking, congratulations against Marcus. We'll do this every year, guys. We'll give us someone special. Since I had one this year, Eric had one next year. It's between Dan and Glenn. As long as we're all still working together, which hopefully, knock on wood, we are. But I think a topic I'd like to talk about is what Justin Kerwin just said. And I think it's a big thing, especially Buster's first year. And, you know, we talk a lot about Homer is. Too many people are homers. Does Buster, he's basically, Justin says, Buster doesn't have the balls to move up players he played with. He needs to be like Sabian and move up players. No feelings. That's why great players don't make good. I can't read it because
who said this?
The comments in the way.
Said
Justin. Sorry, I had it said
This
join
Justin?
the chat was in front.
This Justin Marchesny?
They're right there. No. Justin
Okay.
Kerwin.
Oh, he must have heard me write that in today's chat and Marty's chat. I said, Buster does. Let's see what kind of balls he has.
So
used
the
same
thing is,
thing.
we know he loves Yaz. Is he going to trade Yaz or DFA him? Most likely, no. I think we're stuck with him.
He DFA'd
which
Wade.
Yeah, well, Wade was pathetic. But you got to remember, Yaz isn't going to be on our team next year. He's not part of our future. That's why I think
Correct.
he's got to move him. Okay, Wilmer Flores. He's not going to be on our team next year. You got to move him. You got to get something because you got to start thinking about next year. And I think he brings up a good point. Does Buster have the balls to actually do it? Now, remember, he made the trade for Devers, but let's again think about what we gave up. Harrison, who I've been saying I thought came in with such high expectations, very average at best. Okay, the problem is we hear about how great these guys are in our farm system. They never pan out. Let's remember that. They never pan out. We've been very lucky with Schmidt, very lucky with Ramos because of injury. So whenever the Giants front office says we got a superstar, let's take it down a couple notches. You know, Eldridge, we should bring the guy up. He's not ready to be up or he'd be in the majors right now. Remember, we have such a bad hitting team. If Eldridge was ready, he would be on our team. Okay, so this is going to be super important because, as you know, we have basically 11 days till the first NFL football game, which nobody cares about. And, of course, you know, the trade deadline. So I think it's very important that we're going to have to do something.
Let me ask you guys this.
Our offense isn't good enough. But I don't know what we have to give up. That's the problem.
Let me ask you this. What is Spencer Miles, Josh Bostic, Argenis Kema, Kiner Martinez, and Alberto LaRoche and Nate Furman all have in common?
Let me guess. Prospects that didn't hit.
Well, you're close, but they're prospects that are all ranked higher trade value than Yaz, which is Yaz is at 1.1. These other guys are at about 1.5 to 1.8. The Giants have Yaz is going to might bring you some coffee creamer to go along with your coffee. Okay. That's Yaz's value, 1.1 on the trade values meter. Just to give you an idea, Logan Webb's like at 68. I'm looking here to see what some of these other Giants that they could. I mean, this is the problem with the Giants. They have players with little to no value. You know what Sean Jelly's value is? 0. Tristan Beck at 0. Wade Meckler, 0.1. Brett Wisely, 0.1. Gerard Encarnacion, 0.2. Tyler Rogers, I don't know why he's down at 0.2. He seems like he'd be a lot higher than that to me. He'd be valuable to some team that's in a pennant race. But the Giants just don't have the players with values. The guys that are valuable to the Giants are Webb, 68.5, Eldridge over 56, and then it drops to Ramos, 27, Roop, just under 23, Randy Rodriguez, 22, Bailey, 19, Josar Gonzalez, the kid out of the Dominican, 12.9, Ryan Walker, 12.5. I'm sorry, that's a negative. Fitzgerald's a 10, Wisenhunt's an 8.8, Birdsong's 8.7, Schmidt's 8.2. I mean, this is a problem when you're trying to go out and get players that have values that you want to covet to help your team that are more in the 15 to 20 range. You're going to have to give up 2 or 3 of these players, and the Giants just don't have the farm system with value, and their everyday players are just not worth much. I mean, Yaz is a team that isn't going to give up a ton for Yaz. He's a free agent, and he's almost 35 next month in August. And anybody that grabs Yaz, that wants Yaz, is probably looking for a backup outfielder, maybe a slight platoon situation. And you're not going to get, hey, Yaz got traded. We got our wish. He's gone. What'd you get back? You know, one of those names that I mentioned, what 5 or 6 guys that have in common. You're going to get one of those guys back, then, and you're never going to hear of him again, right? Unless you package Yaz in a deal with, say, something like a Ramos. You know, that's something you might start looking at if you're really serious. Do you want to trade a Ramos whose value's high and see if you might be able to get somebody like a Stephen Kwan? You know, Kwan's values.
But isn't Ramos the youth that you're looking for?
He is.
Right?
That's the problem. He is, but is he the player that is he?
Good
is
point.
He going to be?
Yeah.
Is he going to be anything special? I would tell you this: if you took Elliot Ramos, Casey Schmidt, Luis Matos, and put them all on good teams, I think they'd thrive.
I like what you said earlier. Somebody calls, anybody's available. When you're 44 and 47, anybody's available.
Yeah.
I think you bring up a great point.
Some people are asking. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I was going to say, you know, I'm just looking at the wild card, the teams that are going against us. You know, someone like the Reds, they have a farm system so they can get anybody. You know, obviously they have more than us that can give up. So a team
Who
like
do they have in
American
their farm?
League,
Who's in their farm system for the Reds? That way they can
pull
trade
them up.
You got it. You got the trade values there.
I'll pull it up. Yeah.
I don't. But I'm just saying that you have the Padres. You know, I'm just saying teams above us. So you got the Brewers who are ahead of us. The Mets have so much money they'll do whatever it takes. You got the Padres, the Reds, the Cardinals. Arizona's back to being 500, so I'll just leave it there. But then you also got to remember the American League. You know, Texas is finally healthy. Tampa Bay, Boston, Seattle, and the Yankees. So we have 10 teams that are going to be competing against us. When you don't have a farm system or anyone to give up, those teams have huge advantages because I don't think Buster's going to give anybody on the 26-man roster. I mean, are we going to give up pitching? And the other thing is, do teams, when they make a trade with us, do they want any of our players? I mean, do you think they want any of our players?
The problem.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
They want Eldridge. They would want somebody, possibly a Wisenhunt. Some would probably want Birdsong or Roop. They're going to want your younger players. Nobody wants the Giants' older players. Forget it.
Except maybe Ray.
Except Ray, yes. Ray is a guy that would make a lot of sense to trade right now because, and Senior, yes, I think the Giants, to your question, I think they should be sellers, especially if the next 9 game, unless the Giants go 7-2 over the next 9, 6-3 minimum, where they put themselves in a little bit better position. But if the Giants go 4-5, 5-4, or if they go worse than 4-5, you definitely got to sell. I mean, the Giants Buster needs to have a meeting with this team and say, the next 9 games, gentlemen, are going to determine many of your futures. It's go time. Get your ass in gear and make my decision. Win, we'll build, and we'll build. You guys go out and win. I'll put you show confidence. Give me something to feel good about. If not, they got to go out and sell, in my opinion, because as Ned Colletti has said, you've got to know your team, and you got to know, are you a team that can compete and get into the dance, which is the World Series? Not just, you get into the dance of the playoffs, but can you go far in the playoffs? Can you compete against the Dodgers? The Dodgers are going to be so much better in 2 months when their pitching staff is healthy, when Ohtani is now geared up to go 6 innings because they're just slow playing them. 1 inning, 2 inning, 3 inning, and they're just pitching them slowly. They're not playing Ohtani like, hey, we got to get him up to 6 innings before August. No, they're talking, we want Ohtani prime peak into September. That's what the Dodgers are doing. They're doing the same thing with Snell. Snell just going to play himself into shape. Glasnow, they're doing the same thing. There's 3 starters right there. Who's their other starter that's good? Yamamoto. There's your 4. That's all you need in the playoffs.
Glasnow's not making it the rest of the way in the season. That guy is right.
He's glass.
He's glass. Literally glass.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put no trust in him whatsoever.
I think some guys are wrong, though. I see guys in the chat, and they're just so misguided because they'll say in one of our chats, their name will come up, and they'll be talking about, you got to trade Ray. You got to get what you can get for Ray. But then 20 chats later, they'll pop up again and say, we gotta trade for this run. This is a big year. Well, I figure if you trade Ray, then you've given up. You can't trade Ray.
You trade Ray, you're giving up.
Ray is the we've given up card, isn't it?
It is.
Yep.
It is.
Boy, and I heard somebody say today, and we were talking about it on the show last night about future. Like, remember at the beginning of the show, Dan, I said that you go all in, or maybe not at all. All in doesn't mean going out and get somebody like Luis Robert, who Eric and I called last night. He's a project. He's batting like, is he batting 200 now? I don't know.
That's an off season.
Robert is a project because he fit right in because he's not hitting. He can't. Well, he could hit. Well, I want players. I want ball players. Not. He might be.
Okay. Let's see what the Reds got here. Let's see what the Reds got here.
Look at some of those values right there. Okay. I mean, obviously they're not trading the top 3 guys. Probably not Chase Burns.
Look at the minors, because they're going to trade for the minors. That's what they would trade for.
If you look at the minors and we move down, Rhett Lauder, he's a guy that's just come up to the majors, but
Arroyo,
nothing outlandish. Nothing outlandish. Nothing outlandish.
Get rid of that chat from Senior. I can't see Lou.
Yeah, I know. Okay, real quick. Do you agree with this? Has Posey built a crappy roster?
I tend to lean that way.
How many guys is he responsible for, though?
Chapman, Adames,
Verlander, Devers.
Verlander, Yaz. He's responsible because he rehired him.
Late night.
So
we got rid of
he
Flores.
rehired him. Flores.
I think it still looks old and stale.
Well, the ARB guys are a little bit weird, though, right? ARB guys, usually you just don't tender
them. You just don't tender them. You say, bye-bye. We're going to move on. But when you cornered yourself into when you signed Yaz and Wade to play him. 9.5 million or whatever.
Did you expect Wade to have such a shitty?
No, I did
season?
not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected.
Same thing with Fitzgerald. Did you expect Fitzgerald to fall off the freaking face?
I had my reservations about
Yeah.
Fitzgerald. He was a guy that struck out over 30% of the time last year.
Yep.
He had that big run. Then they figured him out, and he was awful. And he hasn't been able to adjust since.
Nope.
I think the roster is built. Why I think Senior is saying it's constructed poorly is this. Let me get that. It's an old and slow, non-athletic roster.
Thank you.
We've been talking about athleticism to get more athleticism into this team.
Yep.
And you cut a guy last year by the guy Otto Lopez, who's playing a pretty decent shortstop for the Miami Marlins. He's like 23 years old. And you could have started having a theme. I prefer to watch the Marlins play than the Giants offensively. And even some of their pitching, you look at Yuri Perez and Cabrera, and they've had some other guys that, got hurt. Max Mayer got hurt. But I think the team has zero speed. Even Jung-Hoo Lee, his speed is wasted because he doesn't know how to run the bases. He doesn't know how to slide. Chapman's probably their all-around best base runner, as far as knowing what to do on the bases, and he's got some
talking
speed.
about IQ. Yeah,
he's a smart player. But I mean, what is this team's identity? I mean, Chapman, he got the base hit in the hole to shortstop today, and then the 2-run homer, which I love to see, finally went to right field. Finally, thank you. But where is this team? Bailey's horrible. Bailey's just he's just a zilch, nothing. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut twice, once in a while.
But the problem with our fan base, Dan, and these chats are that when you make that comment, I guarantee you before the end of the show, somebody's going to come in, challenge you, and say that he's ready to break out or he's better defensively than you think. There's always an excuse that the excuse defies the logic and the numbers. He can't. Yeah. I would.
Somebody says, "Do you think the Dodgers are athletic?" Not that athletic, but they have a identity, and that's that they smash the ball. I mean, they're not quite doing it this year, but you know what?
Ohtani's good enough.
You think the Dodgers, Freeman and Betts are down, Muncy's hurt, but do you think the Dodgers are that concerned about Betts and Freeman? They know these guys are professionals, and they're going to tune it up. Look, when you're that good, you get a little bored with the regular season, kind of like the Warriors used to when they were Durant and Curry and Clay Thompson and Green all in their prime. It's like, we're not ready. We don't, we're after that 73-9 season, they learned, you know what? We can afford to lose 20 games, 25 games, because nobody can touch us in the playoffs. So the Dodgers are just tuning up. And I hate saying that because I'm just, obviously can't stand the Dodgers, but they're going to win the division. And
hey, Dan,
it's not going to be close.
Dan, the thing is, they care about getting the ring. We're worried about trying to make the third wild card. So we're not even in their league. And I just want to bring up 5 stats.
We're not competing
that
with the
you
Dodgers.
talk about. And this is why I don't know how you guys think we're a playoff team. All year we've complained about hitting with runners in scoring position. We're dead last. We're horrible. We have a problem running the bases. We're horrible. We have a problem being basic fundamental. We're a horrible strikeout team. We strike out way too much. Okay. Defensively, I think we're about average. We think because we have Chapman and Bailey, how good we are. We have a lot of pass balls. You know, I think Bailey's best thing, he's got a rocket arm. He throws people out, but we all criticize him. He can't hit, and he gives up way too many pass balls. We talked about Ramos in left field. It's a mystery when the ball goes down the line if he's going to get it or not. And when there's a fly ball, even if there's no sun, it's like he's lost out there. So we have a lot of problems about our team. They're not these other teams we're competing about don't even have probably half these problems. You know, I'm going to tell you something today was a huge stat. I was watching the Texas Detroit game. They were having the same problem as the Giants. Okay, where the problem with the Giants is after every batter, they take out their computer and they look. Where was the pitch? Was it a strike or not? Okay, I need to do this. Texas was worse than us. And you know what they did first week of May? They bought him Bob Boone. And you know what he did with that thing? He threw the computer out and goes, why don't you guys start figuring out what the pitcher is batting to you so you can fucking hit it instead of looking at your fucking computer every time. Okay? You're a ball player. When you guys came up, it's offense, he pitches, you hit it. Stop looking at the fucking computer as an excuse. And now Texas, finally healthy, is starting to do better and better. They've gone from like 23rd to like 11th in running scoring position. The Giants are still living 4 years away. We all get pissed off at Pat Burrow because we don't think he's a good coach. We're upset at Matty Williams being a shitty third base coach, and we're upset at Melvin. You know what? How about we start blaming the players we have just aren't that good? When you have so many problems where we can't even do basic baseball, that's a problem.
Yep.
Glenn and Dan, what do you guys think?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, this is
Philip Coppola.
I want to send something out to Dom in the chat. Dom, I saw your thing. There's my email address. norcalsportsnetwork@gmail.com. So, Dom, thank you for that. And there's the email, norcalsportsnetwork@gmail.com. I want you to do a poll, Eric.
Uh-oh. Poll time.
I don't know how to do a
Oh,
poll.
shit. Well, I can't. Can I do it on yours? I can't remember if I have access to your. I think. Do I? Hold on. Let me check.
Or,
I think I
or
might.
not. Tell me how to do it.
I think. Yeah, we could do it. Yep. We're good. Okay. Hold on. Let me get here.
All right, good.
And you know what?
This is going to be a very fun poll.
Listen, stop it. Stop. I got the floor, Dan.
I need my poll.
Chardal said the floor is mine. So Anthony Merkovich continues to come in here and he takes a shot. So that's why he's going to be a big fan of your show. He won't be on ours anymore. But he keeps mandating to everybody the home run derby was because they ran out of pitchers. It's in the collective bargaining agreement that if a game is tied, this is how the game ends now. It's so players, again, like the oven mitt, so players don't get hurt and don't get taxed going extra innings and not just one extra or a runner at second. They have a home run derby. It's fun. Yay. It's a collective bargaining thing. It has nothing to do with, oh, they ran out of pitchers. If Anthony would take a break from like the shitty dishes out and just understood baseball, maybe we get further.
Hey, there's Marcus. Yes. Holy crap. You did win. Get me your email. I DM'd you. Just get me your email, your contact information, and we'll get all the details to you, buddy.
There's the poll, Eric, in the private chat.
Well, I won't see you.
Ooh, poll. Okay, here we go. Ooh.
That's gonna. I don't want to say anything. I think that will give our answer to.
Yeah, Padden. Stop bringing up facts, Glenn. Of course, facts are facts. Fuck.
So Marcus, he's got a winner of 4 tickets? Does he have 4 people to take, or is Lou gonna be there?
Oh, he's already got about 20 people messaging saying, I'm your best friend.
Oh, I know who it is. Glenn. Glenn spelled with one N. Glenn spelled with 2 N's. Glenny. With a
I'm always
Y,
here.
Glenny, with
I'm
an
always here,
IE.
Marcus. If you need the bullpen, I'm here.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, Marcus, I traded you Trey Turner.
I traded you Bellinger. Come on, you offered me a trade. I said yes.
Oh, man.
I am from Glendale. There you go.
There we go. Polls out, by the way.
Geez, we got a Mo G sighting. Must be a big night tonight.
What's up, Mo?
There you go. Anyway.
25 votes.
Are we doing the poll or what?
Polls up there.
Okay.
Marcus, I'll trade you Corbin, Carroll, and Duran for your worst.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Right on, Marcus. Take the family, man. Way to go, buddy.
Does he have a full family, like a kid?
He said his dad and his brother might have a spot up for grabs. Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Here we go.
If you need a good closer, I got two.
Look at these guys. Oh, man.
I can't make the 29th because of the holiday. I'm sorry, but I can make the 8th.
So his decision has been made for him.
All right. Eric's working on the poll.
It's on the poll. It's out there.
All right. Can you put it? Tell them. Okay, guy, the polls is out. We need you to do it quickly because we don't want to go, we're not going to go way past 10 o'clock here. So get to this poll, answer it honestly and quickly, and let's see if we can get over 100 responses to this poll. All right.
We're at 37 right now.
The poll is out. Glenn and Lou can answer it on their phones. The question is, hold on here. I got to wait and look at it, see how it's exactly worded. Do you think the Giants will win a World Series in the next 3 years? Okay, we've got 44 votes. I want to see over 100 votes in the next 5 minutes, guys. It's a very simple question. Doesn't take
Look at that.
Take a rocket science to figure. We're up to 50. Let's get this thing to 100 here before 9:45, because what we want to do is we're going to break down the poll depending on what you say, and then this will give us some direction as far as I think what this poll is going to do is solidify what we've been saying on this show tonight.
Fucking amateur hour here. Jesus.
All right, we're up to 58 votes. Come on, guys. There's over a couple hundred of you watching. Just quickly go to the vote. This is a
Robert, I don't even know why you voted, because we know what you're going to vote for. Homer.
All right. We're going to go 5 more
62
minutes.
votes.
We're going to close it off at 9:45. Just going to close it off.
9:45. All right.
Look at that. Marcus, he didn't even
I saw that.
really know what I won. I only donated because I wanted to get over the finish line. Man, you got a haul. You got some gift certificates worth over $100.
Yeah.
Free drinks.
Free
Four
drinks.
tickets, free drinks. Name on the scoreboard. Just as you put
Going
the
to
name
field
on,
for batting practice, man. Jeez.
It's next to Wilmer.
just don't put your name Flint Tropics up on the scoreboard. All right, we're up to 65 votes, and it's pretty much kind of what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see 100 votes. Come on, guys. 34 more of you could vote. Did you guys vote, all of you, on the panel?
No, I didn't.
You could vote. Go ahead and vote. Did you vote, Glenn?
No. Usually
Go
we
ahead and
don't
vote.
participate. Only when there are squares and front row seats available. Let's be honest. That's what Bernice must ask me.
Oh,
She said, "What happens if they spin the wheel and Lou, Dan, Eric, or Glenn come up? They're gonna think it's rigged." I'm like, I don't care.
I wasn't going
Oh.
to take him if I won, but I was just going to.
I was gonna just. I was
I was
going next to
I was
Wilmer.
going to pick. I was just going to pick Marcus if I won.
Yeah, sure you were. I caught that. Oh, you sneak. Marcus now is all of a sudden everybody's best friend around here.
yeah, it's amazing, huh?
Dan was gonna. If I won, I was gonna take Marcus. Oh my. Okay, I'm gonna go in and vote. If it
Where is
means
it at?
The poll is not pinned up top. JK says.
Should be.
Should be. I see it when I open it. Dan, will the Giants win 80 games this year? I believe they're going to win 80 because I took the over at 79.5. As long as they win 80, if they're not going to make the playoffs, just win 80 games and I'll be happy.
Won't let me vote.
Oh, probably because you're on your
Heck.
Anthony says, how am I feeling? I'm feeling okay. A little better each day. Not as tired as I was yesterday and the day before, but can only go so far.
Oh, that's weird. Where did it go? The poll disappeared. I didn't close it out.
Is the poll gone?
Strange. Anyone else see it?
I can't. I can't vote. I can't take
I
part.
see
It was just there. And I can't even see it.
I see it when I open it up. Let me see. Let me try going in, close out, go in again.
What the hell's going on here? Hold on. Let me close this out.
Who's been mentioning? Oh, I guess I did earlier. It's been a Chardol-free zone for about a week. Quite relaxing.
That's good for your health. I see it. Pops right up.
Okay, you got it? All right, cool.
So the Giants need to go 28-32 to get 80 wins.
Really?
Well, yeah, we're at 100 right now.
Maybe
my 79. My 79 may not have been a bad bet.
Come on, I want 100 votes, guys.
100 votes tough.
All we
Maybe
need
you want to win 79.
I mean, just look at the home schedule.
Atlanta,
100 votes.
Jeez.
Got 121 watching on one channel, and we got another 100 and.
That's why
I'm not running it on ours. I just run it on yours.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why.
Otherwise, it doesn't come out right.
Oh,
You're not
that's
gonna know.
why I can't
go ahead
find
and
it.
flip it over. Close it out and can you flip it out and close it on yours and put it?
No,
up
mine's.
on yours?
I don't. No, it's only on yours, not on ours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if we do that, you ain't gonna know what's going on. It's gonna be too much.
Oh, you not able to take that one down and then just put it on yours?
If I did that, then it's. Oh yeah.
Well, we'll just count the vote. We'll close it. And
people are gonna vote the same though. It's gonna be.
I just wanted to get to 100. Okay. Right now, here's the result.
We're close though. 82.
We got 82 votes in. We should be able to. If everybody who's watching,
83 votes. It's not going to change in these next 17.
85 votes, 86.
86.
All right, now
14,
I can do it.
14 more.
To me, it worked not on X but on YouTube channel. 9 minutes ago, 87 votes.
That's why I said off top of the show, Lou, we were talking about this. All right, I threw out the schedule saying it's not going to be easy. If they can't win the series against teams like, and not sweep, but win series, they got Pittsburgh coming up twice back to back. If they don't win those
4-2, you got to go 4-2.
You just mail it in then.
You got to go 4-2. And to be honest with you, the way Mets are playing, you should be able to beat the Mets pretty good.
If you want to vote and you're watching over on Giant Sports Talk Live, you can keep that open. Keep Giant Sports Talk Live open. Because it's technically hard. Go over to NorCal Sports Network. Go in, vote, and then you can just close out and go back to Giant Sports Talk Live. You have it both open. You can have both open, but
You can
you
have
wanna
both of
vote-
them open on. Yeah.
Hey, and then
Okay.
just a little program note: next Friday's game against the Mets is now ESPN game. So it's
Yeah, it
gonna
is.
start at
Yeah,
4:10.
yeah.
So if,
That
even
might
though
be
your
our-
tickets might say 1:00, it's Sunday night baseball.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go. Got a new member there, Dan. Dom.
All
All right.
Peralta.
Hey, Dom Peralta. All right. Thank you.
Way to go,
Dom.
Dom.
Sunday night baseball.
Thank you. Damn,
Somebody
it's gonna
says there's an
take a moment.
earthquake over in Arizona. You lost another hat off the wall there, Dan.
I know they're
He's wearing it,
the
right?
the,
No.
an- the
Oh, no.
Angels hat. The Angels hat. The sticky
Oh.
part fell off. I need to get another deal. I haven't worn an Angels hat in a while. How's that one look?
In honor of Lamont Wade,
He hit a home run today.
the
Did
one
he?
that got away. Oh.
Oh, Lamont, my buddy, my pal, Lamont Wade hit a home run.
How
many is
about
that?
One. No, he's got more. I think he's got more than Bailey.
It's Lamont Wade Jr. of the San Francisco Giants, and you're listening to Dan on the NorCal Sports Network.
Thank you, Lamont.
I thought he said
Oh.
Snorkel. Well, can you run that back, Dan?
Let's see. Did he say?
It's Lamont Wade Jr. of the San Francisco Giants, and you're listening to Dan on the NorCal Sports Network.
No, he.
It's Lamont Wade.
You got it.
The judges are going to give you that one. The Filipino judge gave him a 10, Dan.
Hey, Manny Pacquiao got robbed last night.
He
He's
did.
still out there.
Fought after 4 years.
Yeah, he fought.
He
came out.
beat the champion, and they screwed him.
He screwed him because they didn't want to take the championship away from the younger guy, I guess, figuring
Right.
So what do we got,
Guys,
here?
can I just say something about
97 votes? 3 more votes. We're good.
All right, Mikelo. I'm not sure what the letter is in front of them.
Oh, you going to grab that before me? Therein is your problem, Lou. Therein is your problem.
What,
Okay,
he's a good guy?
Lamont was a great guy. I'm sick and tired of us always saying he was a great guy. If he's not a good player, who gives a shit if he's a great guy? Okay, he's not marrying my sister or somebody. I'm sick and tired of these guys. Giants get these guys because they're from Livermore, or we have a bum because he went to Burlingame High. I don't give a shit. Give me guys that can do the job. Any other job, if you have someone like Melvin or Matt Williams, they'd be fired from their job. Lamont might have been a great guy, but he's been bad the last 2 years. We didn't have room for him. Okay, he might be a great guy, professional, but he wasn't a San Francisco Giant. He didn't visit our mold, so we had to DFA him. I mean, I'm surprised we even did that. Okay, I'm sick and tired of us always. Oh well, he's a good guy. Who cares? It's the same thing. You guys all talk about Chapman. Oh, he's so great defensively. He was an all-star, as Dan said today, one time, 2019. Okay, yes, we all say if it wasn't for his last name, I don't know why we all love him. He's a fourth outfielder, great defense replacement, and occasionally, being a major leaguer, he'll hit the long ball. But we have a lot of problems. I mean, all these excuses. It's 100 games in, guys. We know what we have, okay? And I don't think Buster's going to do anything because I think who we have is going to be our team right now is going to be 162, unfortunately. It's just the way it is.
Interesting. Okay.
Glenn,
We got
how's your dad
101
doing?
votes.
Hello.
We got 101 votes. I just
All right,
want
we'll close it off. Glenn, how's your dad doing? Ask
How's my
Anthony
dad
and
doing?
everybody else.
Oh, Dad's in good spirits. They played the Blue Jays. So, of course, with the time zone difference, it was 5:45 this morning. You ready for the game? The game's coming on in a couple of hours. I'm getting ready for the pregame. Dad loves his ball, and the apple fell close to the tree, man. We love our baseball.
All right. So close the poll out. Can we show the results?
Let's close it out. Here we go. Why can't I close it?
It's one of these
Come
many.
on. What is going on here?
And Dan, you're feeling
Close. Here it
better?
is. Close. Here we go.
A little better, yeah. Each day a little better, yeah. Thanks.
Better.
Is it going to go?
All right.
Come on.
When I got that
Okay.
trade offer,
103 votes.
Dan's back. The trade offers are coming in. Dan's back at the desk.
That's weird. Won't let me close it out. All
All
right.
right.
It's 17% is yes, they will win. in the next 3, and 83% say no.
That means 85 people, maybe 86, depending on it's 85.5, said
There
no
it goes.
out of 103. So all 18 suckers rise and say hello. No, no. All right, guys. This is what I wanted to hear. So if you don't believe 85% of you don't, or 83% of you do not believe the Giants are going to win a World Series in the next 3 years, why would you not sell? Because you think they're going to be better in 4 years when Chapman is 49 and Adames is 44? I mean, no, I'm being facetious there, but Chapman will be, what is Chapman now? 32?
2? I think 32.
33?
I think.
Yeah, 32. So he'll be like 35. Adames will be 32. Ray will be gone.
How many of them are saying keep Webb? Oh, got to keep
Webb will be finishing up his last year. Webb signed for how many more years? 4, right? Or 3 after this?
3, I believe, left.
Is
He had
it
a
3
5-year
left?
contract, 3 left.
So
3
after
left after
Webb's
this year.
gone, why do you keep the team the way it is if they're not going to win it? Isn't the objective to win the World Series?
That's the objective.
So who cares if you, I mean, do you guys think the 21 season was all that wonderful? Are we still talking about the 21 season? Do we ever bring it up? No, they lost in the division series. They didn't even make it to the league championship series.
Couldn't beat the
So-
Dodgers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
I found this on the
shut
web.
up. I wasn't talking to you, Siri. Where'd you come up with that? So seriously, what is the direction of this team if the fans don't believe they can win the World Series? What does Buster think so? He better think so, because he's got a short window. The reason I said 3 years is because that's the Giants' realistic window right now with the way the roster is built. You got Devers, you got Webb, you got Adames, you got Lee,
And
you got
Chapman.
Roop and Birdsong. I mentioned Chapman, I think, and Chapman if I didn't. But those are the guys that you're trying to build around. And
But
you got
are any of
Eldridge.
them
And you got
superstars?
Eldridge coming up.
But are any of them superstars, Dan? You build around superstars. Or
None
a
are superstars.
superstar.
None are superstars.
Exactly.
I don't even think Logan Webb's a superstar. I think he's a really good pitcher. He's an all-star, but I don't think he's a superstar. Why do I say that? Giants had a 2-0 lead Saturday with their ace going, and he went out and promptly coughed up 4 runs in an inning. The second start in a row, he gave up 4 runs in an inning. That doesn't happen to superstar pitchers. It doesn't happen to Skubal. It doesn't happen to Skeens. It doesn't happen to Wheeler. It's not going to happen to Chris Sale. It's not going to happen to those level
Crochet.
of pitchers.
Yeah.
Crochet.
Awesome,
Yeah,
yeah.
just it might happen one game, but 2 games in a row? I'm sorry.
Did you guys hear
Future
something?
Hall of Famer.
Oh, not that shit again. Hey, did you guys hear anything today about the game against the Jays, the opener, that they thought, oh, and I think there was something said in the post game. Bob Melvin said, did they know the pitches? It seemed like they knew the pitches coming because they spattered
Bob
the
Verlander.
ball around so much. And then once he got taken out of the game, things really, calmed down. They shut down.
Beck looked damn good, man. He went 4 1/3.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe it's just that Verlander ain't that good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so what do you think?
Hey,
What do you think they do? Do you think they just DFA him, or do you think they move him to the
He's gonna
bullpen?
be a perfect trade partner. I think they.
No, I think Verlander's going to get traded. You can
He
save
can't
money.
get traded.
You
He's on a trade unless he lifts that trade. No trade.
Here's the other thing, Dan, of the trade. The reason why I want to give up is it 2027 possible strike or is it 2028?
After the 26th season. Yeah.
After the 26th season, after next
yeah.
season. And there
Okay.
will be a strike. I can
There'll be a
almost
stoppage a little bit. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you have a
there
problem with
may
Ray
be
where you have him one more year.
the players
You
may
know, it's
do a
like-
work stoppage next year because it's the only leverage they have. Okay. There may be a walkout, not a lockout, but a walkout next year. You know why? The owners, if you heard Rob Manfred the other day talking on the All-Star panel game, he was saying, we realize that we have smaller cities feel like they have no chance, and we have to make that equitable somehow. The only way to do that is a salary cap and a floor. And the owners want that desperately, but the players are going to say, no way we're having a cap. And so what's going to happen is, we saw it before, is if they play the season, the full 26 season, the players are going to, the owners are going to lock them out after the season. So what you might see, what happens next year, is you might see a work stoppage by the players union right when the playoffs come.
Are you
Which
okay with that? I'm okay with that.
Well, if the Giants
Oh,
aren't in,
I tell you what.
I'm okay.
What's a higher chance of happening at the next CBA? The golden bat or the swing off?
what's the golden bat?
You didn't hear about the golden bat rule?
You know the golden bat rule.
Come on, you didn't
Yeah,
hear about that?
That was 2 summers ago. They were talking about that.
The
I
golden
remember it a
bat,
little bit. I remember it. What were they talking about? What was
where
the
you
thing
could bring anybody up to bat.
That was in the preseason. They were talking about that. You get
Please.
the one, well, Shohei can come up with with 1 out in the 9th, pop up and immediately
Come up again.
Come back in the
He's
10th.
our golden
If they do either, I am done with the game of baseball.
make it a
Yeah,
mockery
please.
of the sport.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I will be done with the game of baseball. Sayonara.
And there are guys in our chat, Lou, Dan, Eric, and I have faced guys in our chat. Marcus is one of them. Marcus, I see you're in there. Marcus is the players are the game. They're your entertainment value. I said,
They
they're
are.
not curing cancer. These guys are overpaid. He goes, nope, they deserve every penny. And I say, there's got to be a cap. These guys don't deserve. In my lifetime, Eric, I don't know if you agree. Dan has mentioned it already tonight. There's going to be $1 billion player. And I said to Eric on the show last night, it was when I was, I think, in college. It was a big deal that Bond's got $1 million. We're going to go from $1 million to $1 billion, and it's only going to get worse. The game is going to implode. It's going to implode upon itself. You can't keep getting guys cannot keep getting $1 billion to play ball. It's going to ruin.
I'm trying to think who's playing right now that might be, or who's coming up that might be that $1 billion player.
Shohei easily could have been.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't
You
know.
think-
If,
There will
You
be,
think-
Dan. There will be.
You think what's
Ellie-
name from Cincinnati when he
Ellie
becomes
I was thinking of
Ellie Dela Cruz could
with
be
the
one of guys.
Dodgers.
Each generation has that player that it go. Bonds getting it was big news when he got
It could be a guy that hasn't
Oh,
even been
$1
drafted yet.
million now.
Yeah.
$1 million now, Eric. Dropping the bucket. Dropping the bucket. I think they're overpaid.
Yeah, everybody can read the comments in both, I think.
Hold on,
Yeah.
did he say something? I'm looking if he said something. Didn't you?
Didn't
show. When did you say something? I'm looking. I'm not seeing if he said anything. Unless I missed it. Give me a timestamp of when he said something and I'll bring it up.
Did Dave Fleming say that last year? Remember, he kept saying Chapman.
He said that earlier this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, maybe the vaccine really did.
He probably listens to our show.
Oh my
He probably
goodness.
listened to our show. It's about time.
Come on. Hall of Famer with what, a 240 lifetime batting average? Please.
Yeah, that's rough.
240, and the guy, I don't even think he'll hit 350 home runs in his career, will he?
He's not a Hall of Famer.
There
Giants,
are
say
home
the
runs
truth,
players that are
since
in the Hall of Fame.
2010, Mad Bum's probably going to be the closest if Bonds doesn't get in.
He ain't
Timmy,
making it. Mad
even though he
Bum
had a
doesn't
great
have the
career.
numbers.
Guys, this is the Hall of Fame. This is Hall of Fame. Robert, get your head out of your ass. Webb is not a Hall of Famer. He might be good for us, and he's a good pitcher, but he's not a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer is it's like the top 3% of players of all time. Okay? I don't know why you guys are so homerous. Bonds is the closest thing we have a Hall of Fame. Okay? When you look at the Hall of Famers, Giants only have a few because it's that hard to get in. None of the players that we've had through our championships deserve it. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong.
Matt Chapman, I don't think he's going to get 350 homers because he's got 194. Let's say he ends up this year closer, a little over 200. Then 5 years at averaging 25 a year. He'd have to average over the next 5 seasons 25 a year. And
Jeff
I mean,
Kent was
he
the
might
closest, and
he
he's
might
not a
get
Hall
it.
of
He
Famer.
might hang around if he's still playing at 37, 38.
I like
But
Jeff.
Matt Chapman is not going to make no Hall of Fame. This is the thing that drives me crazy with the Giants media. They love Matt Chapman so much because of what his defense is that they just talk about his defense like nuts. They go nuts over his defense because there's not a lot to talk about with his offense. So yesterday's game, I'm watching it, and there's a hopper to Chapman right at the bag. It's right at the face level. Easiest play. I mean, right into the glove. He steps on third and throws to first, and Javi Lopez, oh, that was a really great play by the platinum gold glover. I'm like, look, all 300 plus people watching this show right now, and all 4 of us could have made that play. It's just a chopper to your glove right in your face. Like not whip. I mean, just like bouncing the ball, boom, in the glove. You're right next to third and you throw. And they make a big deal out of that. And I'm telling you, it's hard to listen to all the goo goo gaga over Chapman. Look, we all know he makes some of the greatest plays we've ever seen. And he's definitely a elite top third baseman, a top probably 10 of all time. He's top 2 in the game, top 3. But to just keep talking about it every time he does something that's just routine, save it.
Here's
Save
a question
it for the great plays.
You think that he has to say that for what? Maybe there's something in his contract that says, hey, you got to freaking blow sunshine. I don't know.
Oh, I'll tell you
He's
what.
an employee of the Giants, right?
There is no doubt in my mind that the Giants broadcasters are told to blow sunshine up our butts. And I'll tell you why. I heard Dave Fleming today on Roku. Totally professional, non-biased, no BS. Him and Tom Candiotti did a great broadcast, and it was refreshing. It was just a national game.
Candiotti was great.
Candiotti is wonderful. I love Tom Candiotti. I'm fortunate enough to get to hear him for the last 10 years plus down here in Arizona. He's the Diamondbacks TV color analyst or does a lot of radio as well. But Candiotti is fantastic. Tom Candiotti played in Concord Little League with my brother. And I was on the same team as Tom Candiotti as he aged out. I was entering in and he was leaving as a 13-year-old. He was leaving. I was coming in at 9. But, Candiotti, fantastic. But, yeah, the Giants broadcast, I'm telling you, they're told by Larry Baer to play up the team, and casuals just eat it up. And it's nauseating to listen to.
And that's kind of sad because he's
Except Blue.
Dude, that
Except
home
Blue.
run, I tell you what, that home run, That home run call that he did
Ooh,
with
you don't watch
inside
them
the
all.
Parker was pretty damn
Oh,
fantastic.
it was awesome. It was
Fantastic.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a big
Unbelievable.
difference between in-house and out-of-house. When you're doing a national broadcast, a
Different.
regional broadcast, or something like that. Look at John Miller, the voice of professionalism when he did ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. But when it's in-house, I told you I was paid like that doing hockey. They told you you're paid to put fannies in the seats. So if you're down 6-0, you got to make it. I'm like, dude, I can only do so much if it's 6-0 with 8 minutes left. Well, there's still a chance we can come back in this game. Like, come on. But that's what.
Hey, that was a decent comeback for the Giants today. They were
It
down
was. They
7-2.
showed some life, right? You come on.
7-2.
They showed some life. They didn't lay down. They went out there and they tried.
And
So,
we'll never
give them that.
know what would have happened if Jung-Hoo Lee had not come off.
Can I ask you? Don't you hate the way the replay is though?
I do hate that rule.
Come on,
takes
that's
the
dumb.
spirit. It takes the spirit of the rule out.
100%.
For years, a double play was just a phantom. They were
Neighborhood
in the area.
Yeah,
They weren't even. They didn't even
play.
touch the bag.
Yep.
And then now we're this much off the bag, and the guy's like holding the tag on.
Guys have lost perfect games for less than that.
Seriously,
Dan.
they're probably zooming in. Oh, I see a little bit of daylight.
Yep.
That's what happened today with Lee. Just a
Yeah.
tiny bit of daylight.
That's it. That's pathetic. But
Boy, a lot of excuses here. I like
That's
it.
the way the game is going, though. You look at the.
it's not an excuse. It's dumb
But
that
look at
they take it to that level. And
Look
hell,
at
you know what else
Robo.
they didn't talk about?
Look at the robo
Dude, and look,
Look.
how can a baseball player know the strike zone better than the arbiter of the person who calls balls and strikes? How can that happen? That's pitiful.
I agree.
That's pitiful.
I agree.
Get the
I haven't
hell
liked
outta
it
here.
since they switched National League and American League. Now they're all one. It's
Dude.
bad.
Oh, and Lou,
It's
I
gotten
said
worse. I agree.
to Eric after the All-Star game the other day,
Gotta
I said,
hold them to
"We're
responsible."
talking about the rules and all this bullshit. And I said, listen, do you realize, I'd like to know the percentage. You know how many, every time they go for this replay, 99% of the time, the call on the field is overturned. How bad are these umpires?
And why does it take so long? Some of them. It's so obvious when you watch it.
They're doing a couple games sometimes, and
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sometimes just show the room and they got a different game they're analyzing.
Are the Giants capable of doing this and winning 90 games in their last?
Not a chance.
Wait, how many
Dude,
they
what
got
are you
left?
Smoking. Pass it around.
Wait,
They're
wait a
100
minute.
right now. 62 games left.
Wait a minute.
62.
Is that how am I doing that wrong? 30. They've won 52, right?
Correct.
So that
So
should be
52
30,
and 48.
38. Should be 38, right?
So 15 over 500? No.
30. Oh, it's 38 and 24. Sorry. They got to go 38 and 24.
Still no. Still no. You haven't wavered me. Still no.
Do you think it's going to take 90 games? That's the
At
thing.
least, I think
right?
it takes at least 88, but some people are saying it might take 90.
We'll have to see. Because right now, they're 2.5 out of the third, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Two teams
hold on,
ahead
so-
of us. But also, I think it's who they play. You know, I sent you guys thing the other day of easy schedules.
Mhm.
Like the Cubs have the easiest schedule in baseball.
We only have to leapfrog one team right now, currently.
38 and 24. Yeah, there's only one team, 2.5. You just don't want to get that
It's
thing
not the
down.
end of the world. Right,
You know,
right. It's not the end of the world. Not
If
yet.
If they're 4.5, 5 back at the break, at the trade
Then
deadline,
we got problems. 100%. I agree. But 2.5, it's not the end of the world. It's not.
Hey, look, the Giants, we all know, not the greatest team. They do it with pitching.
Correct.
And now they've lost 2 in a row with their top 2 pitchers. They have a potential to lose 8, 9 in a row. When you look at the Dodgers losing 10 out of 12, you look at some other teams that have lost 7, 8, 9 in a row in the course of a season. The Giants are going into this series against the Braves with Birdsong, Roop, and Verlander against the
And
Braves.
did you see who Verlander is throwing against on Wednesday?
No, who's he going against?
Strider.
So Verlander and Strider.
Jeez.
Easy money. Easy money. And who's this pitcher on Tuesday with a 1.80 ERA? Come on, this is going to be tough.
This is tomorrow. Should be a win, right? Should be.
Oh,
well,
Eric,
didn't
you brought
Bryce
up-
Elder
you
pitch
brought up
really
worse-
well at Oracle?
You brought up
Should
word
be.
stats.
Yeah, he
today.
did. He did. But should be, right? I'm just saying a 1.5 whip, a 5.6. You should be.
Yeah, but
Right.
Braves fans are saying, "Oh my God, look who we're pitching against, Birdsong." So
So that's who Birdsong's going against tomorrow. Bryce Elder.
We made it. Rob says we'll make him look like an ace. We did already once this year.
Yeah, in Oracle.
problem.
Didn't
That's
the Giants only get like one run off of him?
Yeah.
No, I-
Something like that. It was horrible.
They didn't score any until the bullpen. Like they scored late. I
Uh,
think they were down like 2-0.
So
I like
we'll
to
see
go
what
on
happens.
record. I like to go on record. So we play 3 next series. Atlanta on the road. What say you, Eric?
Oh, jeez, man. I don't know. Honestly, I can't even tell you. I can't tell you.
I'm in.
How are the Braves playing?
I'm in for 1 and 2.
bad. They lost 2 or 3 to the Yankees. They had a big lead on them Saturday. They were up
Saturday.
like 7-2, and they choked it.
And then I think they lost 2-0.
They're
today?
10 and a
Today
half
they
games
lost
out.
4-2.
They're
They lost
4
4-2.
and 6 in their last 10. Come on, right? I mean, honestly, you would think they could take 2 or 3. You would think so. But both teams are playing pretty bad right now, so who knows?
Yeah, this is
A
a
roll of the
series
dice.
of. This is a series of.
You should, right? Should you not win 2 of 3?
You should.
The way that the Braves are playing?
I got
you
1
should.
and 2. I got 1 and 2.
But I
I mean, why would you? Here's the thing: if the Atlanta Braves are that bad, why would you think that they could beat the Giants?
Because look at, are they better than the Miami Marlins, Eric?
They had
that happens though.
They had the
Look
Yankees.
look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers had issues.
The Braves
too,
had the
so-
Yankees beat the first 2 games of the series and then
Yeah.
choked away game 2. So I think the Braves can hit. The problem is the Braves are good at home. So if the Braves get 5
Exactly.
runs, they get 5
over.
runs,
They get
which they
swept.
should off the Giants pitching.
The Braves are
series-
25 and 24 at home, almost 500.
So, but they score runs at
Mhm.
home. So if they get 4 or 5 runs, I mean, they're going to win 2 or 3.
Should
kinda like the Bruins
Devers not
fighting
feast in Truist Park? Devers should feast in Truist Park. Should. Whether or not he does.
Okay, well, what if he doesn't? What if you and I are doing the show?
Well, what coulda, shoulda, right? We could do this all day
how
long. Right?
long can we
Right?
do this?
I know, I get it. I hear you. I'm just saying we can't sit here and say the Giants are going to absolutely suck when they're 2.5 games out of the last wild card. But then you got the Braves who are 10.5 out of the wild card and say that they're going to come over here and absolutely wipe us up and down. Right now, I understand because the Giants haven't been playing good baseball, but neither had the Atlanta Braves. I'm just saying this is a crapshoot. It could go either. A team could get swept. A team could win a series. It could go either way. I don't know what to tell you, honestly.
All right. I have a question for you guys. 9 games before trade deadline. I know we talked about this earlier. Giants, to be buyers, need to go 7-2.
No, I don't think
Sellers,
we can do that.
2 and 7.
2 and 7, 3 and 6. Sellers, buyers, 6 and 3, 7 and 2. Just the opposite.
Okay.
5
And I
and
mean-
4, and then you got 5 and 4, 4 and 5. Now you got a real problem, Posey.
I think Dan's right. 3 and 6, and then you're actually living in reality.
And how about this? Do you think he makes a move even before the deadline, if he can?
I think he better.
I would not be surprised if Buster right now is trying to get a deal done now. It's up to the other.
I think you got to
teams.
sneak one in because I've said it before, Eric. There's going to be I think there's little opportunity to get the guys you want. And I think, Lou, you mentioned that. There's a little opportunity to get the guy you want. A lot of fierce competition among a lot of teams, and there's very few teams that'll be dealing. So if you've got your guy on the radar, go out and get him now.
Well,
They
I
better-
think
they better
National
make
League, a
their
lot more
moves
teams
soon.
are coming out of it. There's a lot more teams are coming out of it than getting into the race.
All right. What about this? And then I'll just let you guys talk the rest of the time. What about if somebody calls up, like, say, the Yankees that are having problems in their relief? It's horrible. And they call up and they want our all-star reliever. Do you give him up? a young guy like that, where you can get
Rodriguez.
maybe a
You
good
give up
prospect.
Rodriguez?
Yeah,
I wouldn't give up
that's
on
who the
Rodriguez.
Yankees are going to call about.
I'm
No?
not giving up Rodriguez.
I would if he's not our closer. Well, I mean, he's a one inning guy. Like, why not?
No way. He could be your closer in the future.
But
I'd rather trade Doval. I'd rather trade Doval than Rodriguez.
the first guy who tells me, well, I could trade Eldridge. He could
I'm
be
just telling you,
bad.
that's the calls that Buster's going to
I
get.
would
Hey, you
trade
got a
him.
guy. He's only pitching one. We're going to give you our number 3 prospect for him. You need hitting.
I give up Doval. I'll
Boom.
give up Doval. I ain't giving up Rodriguez.
I don't want Duvall. Yankees
Depends on
want
what kind of
someone
players
like-
Buster's asking. If he's asking for guys like Ryan
I'm just
O'Hearn,
saying the guys like the Yankees
you're not going to give up a
are going
lot
to be
for
asking for someone like him. And the
Ryan
problem with the
O'Hearn.
Giants, if we don't give him up,
You
But
don't
if-
think they're not giving? You don't think they're giving up much for a guy like Ryan O'Hearn? I think there'll be other teams that want him.
Yeah,
and then
that's what I'm saying. The Giants don't have enough to give up.
Yes, right. Okay.
Giants don't have enough. But if the Giants
Right.
want, let's say,
Could you get a Laureano?
if
You
the
could get a
Giants
Laureano.
want a
for
Joe
cheap.
Ryan, for example,
Joe Ryan's going to cost you.
they're gonna give up a lot
Yes.
for a Joe Ryan,
That's
and
gonna
I
cost
still
you.
don't think it's enough to get him into the playoffs. But
I don't think
he's the only
Laureano-
guy I think anybody would call the Giants about. Rodriguez.
David
I mean, the
Robertson
guy's a young
signed with
stud.
the Phillies today. So
Yeah, David Robertson signed with the Phillies again.
Yep. I want to address Roman Gabriel here.
I think the
Roman,
Giants are thin heading into the and you guys are touching on it. What do we really have to, we want to make a big trade? Well, do we really
We
have
have
the
one
horse?
guy. That's it on our team.
I want to address real quick Roman Gabriel here. He says Dan was all over Ramos last year, clamoring on how he never gave up on him and he was the only guy who believed in him, and now he wants to trade him. What a joke. How do people listen to this guy? Well, first of all, Roman, I didn't say I want to trade him. I said you could trade him because he's someone who will bring you value. I'm not giving up on Ramos. You have about 4 players of value in the entire organization that people want. That's Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Elliot Ramos, and Bryce Eldridge, and a few other younger players like Josar, Gonzalez, and maybe a couple other minor leaguers. But those are the people the people want. They would also be interested in a we were just talking about him, Randy Rodriguez, maybe a Duvall, people like that. But they're not calling, and teams aren't going to be calling for Chapman because of the salary, unless the Giants were willing to give it away or pay for it, or Adames. So what I'm saying is about Ramos is, if you're going to trade him, I'm only going to trade him if I can get somebody like a Stephen Kwan who can play a really good left field and who could hit. But I'm not against keeping Ramos either. I think Ramos is 25. I'm not ready to give up on Elliot Ramos. I think he's one of the bright spots on the team, despite his downfalls in the outfield recently. But some of that outfield problems can be corrected. You can work with him. He might be better off playing right field. I don't know. Maybe he needs more time to see the ball in right field, like coming at him versus left field. 2 different positions. The ball coming to you in left field sometimes comes with some weird top spin because of the way guys hit the ball. I don't know. And I'm not down on Ramos at all. He's actually still one of my favorite players. But if the Giants were to go after Stephen Kwan, it's going to cost you
Eldridge.
It probably
cost
costs you. It costs you. Kwan's got a 44 baseball trade value, and Eldridge has a. What does Eldridge have? Eldridge has a 56, so he's more valuable than Kwan. You could probably get away with doing something like a Ramos with 27, and then a couple of other younger guys. The Cleveland would want young guys that don't cost a lot. That's what they would want. So,
I don't think Quan's getting moved though.
I don't think he is either. We
Why
talk
would
about this.
Cleveland do that? That wouldn't. Yeah.
A lot of the guys we talk about that say that we want to trade or get, have come. You know what? We're wishing that we could get those players, and so are 18 other teams.
Mhm.
Are wishing to get those same
We
guys.
only want him because he would be a leadoff hitter. He'd be a great left fielder, and he's a guy that makes contact. That's 3 in 1. I mean, he'd fill up 3 of our needs. That's why we want to get him. But unfortunately, he's just not available. And for us to get him, Cleveland needs to have a real rough week. Realize, hey, we got to think of the future, just like the Giants. There's 18 teams that are all doing the same thing.
Yep,
Buster
exactly.
probably right now they have cots in the room, and for the next 10 days, that's all they're thinking about. How can we improve? What can we do? They might get calls too. That's the reason why I'd say, hey, someone like the Yankees, hey, do the Giants, they're so good in their bullpen, maybe they want to give up somebody, and who are they going to say? All right, well, we want Rodriguez. And then Buster goes, okay, what are you thinking about? And then we would take a look at the Yankees and say, do you have your number 2 prospect? That's the only way you can get better. Yeah, Aaron, Quan's another local guy. That's been a bust every time we get someone local. But I like him as a player. And he makes contact, he doesn't strike out. The All-Star game was a perfect example. It was 1 and 2, down a run. He just put the ball in play, had speed, and ran it. But that's how it is. They go back and forth. We all talk about the movie about the A's and Brad Pitt. That it's like 1/3 of that. You literally go back and forth, back and forth. They talked about the Devers trade they were working on for 5 weeks. That's why it shocked everyone. It worked out before. They didn't wait till the last second. But now that it's coming on, man, it's it's brutal. And then Buster might just say, you know what? We don't want to give them up. Okay, are you sure? Then they'll call back and say, hey, how about this? Our number 1 prospect, because that might be the difference for the Yankees making the World Series and just making the playoffs. When you get someone, a young stud, fireballer, he sort of reminds me of who was the California Angels when the Giants lost in the World Series when Dusty screwed up being manager when he took Ortiz out for no reason. Who was the fireballer for the California Angels? Remember their guy?
Rodriguez?
Was it Rodriguez? The guy was unhittable for like 2 years. That's the difference. So trade Larry Bear. I would take him for a box of rocks, but unfortunately, he's stuck with us until the Giants are sold. So
Dan,
they want to Larry Bear.
They want to know, Dan, from you, the man, the legend. They want to know, would you take a flyer and just go out and get Lewis Robert? Or do you feel like I do, that I'm tired of rolling the dice? Get me a real ball player. Don't get me a guy who's batting 200 and hope he gets better. Oh boy, he might get better. He might get better.
Luis Robert over who? Who would you take different?
Who would almost anybody if he can hit? Lewis Robert can
the
hit.
only reason I would take Luis Robert is if I'm looking at next year and I'm thinking, you know what?
I wouldn't.
This guy has the potential to hit 30 homers, steal 30 bases. And
It's
there's
been 60 days on the IL. See, that's the only
What
thing.
would you do,
Nobody, Giants don't have anybody like that. And that's the only thing
You think Farhan was too much on projects and, maybe we'll get this guy cheap and, this guy can't hit, but maybe he will hit. I want ball players. Here's the best player. Go get him.
I'll tell this, and I'm going to run here.
Yeah, we've been going long.
I got to run. I'll say this. I think the Giants are in trouble with Buster Posey in the sense of this. He is trying to recreate 2010 through 14, and the game's changed. The game has changed, and he's been trying to get a team built on defense and sound fundamental hitting. Now, he may be trying to change that with the draft by going after contact hitters like they did and doing what we saw with Toronto, and we see with other teams that make contact and put the ball into play. I know that's Buster's biggest pet peeve is striking out. I mean, nothing good happens when the ball is not put in play. There's a much better chance of when the ball's put in play of finding a hole, an error, anything can happen. So I think it's going to take 4 to 5 years for the Giants to rebuild this thing the right way. And that's why I did the poll question. I don't think the Giants are going anywhere in the next 3 years because the team's not built that way. I said it at the very beginning of the season. I said it at the beginning of last season. My biggest concern is this team strikes out too much. Chapman, Adames, Yaz, Bailey. That's 4 of your guys. Ramos, 5. Okay, who else plays? The only guys that strike out 20% or less are Matos and Lee and Flores for the most part, but he's not playing every day anymore. And Schmidt's done better with his, he's starting to get better but it's a team built of swing and miss. And you're not going to win games that way. And it's a team that can't hit a 30 home run, find a home run guy. So it's not like, if you got a bunch of guys that are hitting 20 home runs, maybe you can win this way, but they don't. So this team is flawed the way it's designed.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You can't have 6 guys in the lineup striking out 25% of the time.
Correct. And I'm going to tell you something about this too. How long has Buster Posey been in his position? Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Less than a year, right?
It's going to take him some time.
Right. How long did it take Ryan Sabian to build his World Series teams? A few years, right?
He came in in 97 and he won the division.
But to get to that team where it was in 2010 took about 3-4 years, right?
Well, he got it there in 2002.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that too. Right.
And he should have won it. They should have won it.
Now let's talk about this. Hold on, let's talk. Let me get this out. I'm gonna tell you, that's why when I see people start going after Posey, that's uncalled for. Give the guy some breathing room. Holy crap, man. It's okay. Just because he may have made a little miscues in the beginning here, this is his first time ever doing this. There is no doubt that he is a competitor and he wants to win.
No doubt.
Give him his time. He's had one draft. He's had one offseason. That is it. You cannot build a team expected to go deep in 1 year. He's trying to do that. And look, I applaud him. Hey, you want to try to go for it? All right, I'm on board if you want to try to do it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm not going to freaking sit there and throw darts at the guy when he's just trying to make the team better. And he really hasn't had the time to really put his mark on this.
Fair.
Give him a couple of drafts. Give him 2 more drafts, and then we're going to see what this guy is doing. I like this last draft. There's a few people that didn't like it. I like this draft. I'm all about getting college guys who are contact hitters who don't want to strike out. Because guess what? That plays in every single ballpark. Every single ballpark.
I will say this. He's got a very tough job ahead of him. I don't think this team is constructed well. He didn't do it. It's not. He's only responsible for really Yaz and Chapman and Adames, those 3 guys. The rest was all here. He is responsible for getting Devers. And Verlander is also on there, but it's going to take time. My biggest concern with Posey, I'm rooting for him, and I believe in his intestinal fortitude. I think he's a winner, but I think he's got a tough road ahead of him because the Giants draft in the middle. They're never going to rebuild. That's not in the organization's DNA to tear it down. So they're going to have to draft wisely. Not Brett Wisely, okay?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They're going to have to draft very wisely and get guys, and they're going to have to be making important decisions. Remember, they lost their 2nd-round pick this year and their 5th for Adames. You keep fishing for guys that don't produce consistently and lose drafts, that's going to play out and catch you. That second round pick's an important pick, and I get why they did it. I was for it at the time. They haven't had a shortstop. I don't think Adames is the answer 2 years from now. I think he plays shortstop next year, and if there's a season in 27, he'll play shortstop. But after that, he's the second baseman.
And look, if you want to look forward to the offseason, guess who's going to be a free agent next year? That would be a good shortstop.
Would you rather?
Shit.
Would you rather that had gone out and got a real player of baseball operations, and not somebody who somebody made a comment? It was half decent. This is you're hired to do the job, not you can learn on the fly and give him a few years. And would you rather have a guy who comes in, gets the job done?
You can't do it in 1 year, not in baseball. It's impossible to do it in baseball.
Well, you got a guy coming in who has got no experience.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but he knows what it takes,
I'd
right?
rather they brought in a guy with some experience, guy who knows
I hear what you're saying. No, and there's validity to that, but I'm not going to sit there and say that Buster Posey is a total wash. I think he's going to figure it out. I truly believe the guy's just a guy.
That's my favorite question to everything. How long do you give him?
You got to give him 3 years at least. You got to give him 3 years.
You give him 3 years.
Sell now. Sell. We should be selling starting tomorrow morning.
We'll see what they do. My biggest issue is we'll see what they do. Let's see if they buy or sell or how they do with this deadline. That's going to tell a lot about their ability. I will say this, the one thing that I wish Buster would have done differently, and I wish they would have went outside the organization and brought in somebody like from the A's front office who drafts very well. You look at the players the A's draft, Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz, the center fielder, that crazy guy that Clark, the Langoliers, the other guy, Soderstrom, the list goes on and on and on. Giloff, they draft players that much more talented than what the Giants have. They need pitching, but for the Giants to just stick with Maniason and just kind of stay with the same thing, the guy that Farhan brought in.
But Dan, they like to keep things in-house.
And I don't like that. Go out and get some other fresh ideas. You got the same ideas. You basically got Farhan's number 2 guy you promoted. And look what his brother just did. His brother signed Jorge Soler, traded for Wade, and had the number 2 draft pick and took like the 18th player in the draft.
Pitcher,
instead
right? Wasn't it a pitcher?
Yeah. Instead of picking the guy who everybody thought was going 1, fell into his lap and he passed on him because of money. They're cheap and they're trying to sign some other guy. And it's like, I just don't like it. I feel like if that's what his brother did, come on.
Well, 2 other teams passed on him too, right? Didn't he fall 4th? Talking about Holiday?
No. I'm talking about the pitcher from LSU.
Oh, gotcha.
He was
desperate measure. When you have a desperate measure like the Giants went through under extreme pressure to fire Farhan. Remember, the Giants didn't go to Buster. Buster says, "Hey guys, I'll do it," because they had nobody else. Probably because the Giants are too goddamn cheap to go and look for somebody. Desperate measures. We got Buster. We talked about this early in the show. I get Buster this year and next year, and that's it. His last move that you guys aren't even talking about, he signed Melvin for another year. Okay. Melvin, I think, is not a good manager. I have not been a big fan of him. His people that he's bought on, Pat the Bat, has been a disaster. Our third base coach, another disaster. We talk about why did Verlander go start the first game, which is a big game that nobody's talking about. The first game of the year. What? That was Melvin or Buster. So, hey, I'll give Buster the credit, but you got to remember now, Buster is responsible for 3 huge contracts for the next 6 years. Remember, Buster can say, hey, guys, in 2 years, it just wasn't me. It didn't work out, but we're still stuck with him. Okay? He's not going to be here for 5 or 6 years unless he wins. I'm going to give him an opportunity, but you also got to have someone. If the Giants finish 4th again and have 80 wins, I don't want the same fucking people back. I mean, why would we? We're the same team again. You know, we have to improve. If we're not over 500, something drastically has to be done. You know, you're talking about our GM, you know, who's part of the Farhan. Why he's still with us, I don't know. We couldn't get another one. You know, we should have cleared every person affiliated with Farhan. Farhan's like a disease. You should have got rid of every single person. Doesn't matter. You know, the Giants are the San Francisco Giants, the 5th biggest franchise. Okay. People, it's like a dream job to be a GM. That's what everyone always says. John Miller, growing up, why he came back to be the Giants? Because that was his dream job, to broadcast the Giants. I think the Giants really got to start looking out. I think they need new broadcasters because our old guys are making a lot of mistakes. Miller, again, he mispronounces everything these days. We all talk about the homerness. They need a whole new attitude. Okay. Right now, what we're doing is we're going down a lane where it's old, non-athletic, and we're in the same boat again.
Recreate memories.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Lou, they're recycling the same promotional materials for 3 years.
Nothing like doing that, is there? Nothing like.
I mean, my God, you can only give Lee away every homestand. I mean, now they got Stephen Curry giveaway. The Mets are in town. The game's sold out, and you're doing Stephen Curry bobbleheads because you run out of all the Giants. Come on.
Rob Hyman with another $6. If Melvin is let go, he better not go Tom Sula at manager to replace him.
Man, imagine if they would have went Stephen Vogt last year.
I'm out, guys.
I'm out too.
Yeah, we got to get the hell out of here.
Let's
Let's kill it. Hey, once again, congratulations, Marcus, on winning the 4 tickets. I already sent out the email. Lou, you've gotten it, so we should be good to go on what's going to go.
Check your email. Let's
get the hell out of here. We'll
Marcus. I'm already in there.
And we will both be back tomorrow, both NorCal Sports Network and Giant Sports Talk Live, after Game 1, Giants versus Braves. What is it going to be? Birdsong versus Elder.
I hope Dan and Lou do better than I. If we lose, it's going to be another show on our channel. I can see it already.
Come on. Hey, you already know where I'm going with this.
Boys, good luck.
Focus.
Focus. I thought you were going to say something else.
Focus. Come on, Birdsong. Focus. Get out of here. See ya.
See you guys later.